I'm Marianne. Please like and subscribe to MSA. I'm about to share a story about the challenges life has thrown at me. My parents, especially my dad, weren't what some would call expressive and loving. They constantly fought and seemed to spend more time hating each other than anything else. Dad always had the TV blaring. The noise kept me up at night, so I often resorted to sleeping with headphones on. I knew he wasn't a bad person. He just had some annoying habits and seemed to enjoy annoying Mom. Mom was kind. She did her best to be the best mom. She'd surprise me with toys and candies. My favorite place was our treehouse, which Mom built for me. It was my escape. I loved spending time there with my bestie Joy.
Marianne, everything will be okay. My mom got me 2 dolls and I want to give you one. Let's grab some ice cream.
Joy was my best friend since kindergarten. She always knew how to cheer me up, sharing her toys with me. We were inseparable, so much so that some people at school mistook us for twins. Plus, Joy had an amazing voice. Sometimes she sang to me until I fell asleep in the treehouse. Joy's family seemed perfect. Her mom was a successful fashion designer, and her dad was a police officer. Sometimes I found myself wishing I was part of her family, but I'd immediately feel guilty knowing my mom loved me. When I was 16, my gymnastics coach said I should compete in another state. Excited, I asked my parents for money to go. Dad, busy with his motorbike, brushed me off.
Wish I could, honey, but I gotta paint the bike. It's my pride and joy.
I could tell Mom wanted to help by the way she looked at me, giving me the "I wish I could help you, dear" look. And that day, I made up my mind to do something. I grabbed my dad's motorbike keys, thinking I could ride to the competition myself. But since I didn't really know how to drive, I ended up crashing into a fire hydrant. Dad was furious about his damaged bike, but before he could say anything, Mom intervened. "Don't you dare yell at her." Mom then hugged me and handed me some money. "Here, take this money. I've been saving it for quite a while now. I love you, babe." I hugged Mom tightly. I participated in the gymnastics competition and took second place. On the way back, my coach had some really bad news. "Your mom got into an accident while buying ingredients for your favorite apple pie. She's in the hospital now, in a coma." I couldn't say a word. I just stayed quiet all the way home. When I got back, Dad hugged me and told me not to worry, saying Mom would be okay. Later at dinner, I asked Dad something tough. "Dad, can I stay with Joy's family for a bit? It's not that I don't like being with you, but I feel happier there. They really care about me."
Sure, if that makes you happy. I'll talk to Joy's parents.
And Joy's family was really welcoming. Joy's mom used to say, "We're glad to have you, dear. You're like my second daughter from now on." That's how I ended up living with my best friend's family. They even gave me my own room. Joy's parents were wonderful. They looked after me and made me feel like I was their daughter. Even though her dad wasn't always home, I loved them with all my heart and thought of them as family. Joy and I even got closer. We'd spend all night talking or playing video games. I still saw my dad from time to time, and he seemed to be improving, becoming nicer.
I'll keep getting better until you say you want to come back and live with me.
Well, that might take some time, but yeah, keep your hopes up. I smiled and gave him a hug. One day, as I was walking around the house, I found a room full of beautiful clothes. Curious, I started trying them on. Joy's mom walked in on me. "You look beautiful! I've always hoped to share my wardrobe with a daughter." Just then, Joy walked in, and her mom invited her to join. "Joy, darling, come try on some clothes too."
I don't want to.
Soon, I got really close to Joy's mom. We hung out a lot, and I even helped her out at photo shoots, sometimes modeling for her. One day, I was shocked to see my picture on the cover of a big magazine. I wish Joy liked fashion like you do. Thank you for always being here for me. I smiled and thanked her for making me feel like part of her family. But something was off with Joy. She started keeping to herself, staying in her room, and didn't want to hang out or do anything with me. When I tried talking to her, she just said,
I want to be left alone.
I was really worried about Joy's sudden change and couldn't figure out what I did wrong. I kept trying to fix things, even apologizing, but nothing worked. She sometimes even yelled at me. I had to give her space, even though it hurt a lot. One evening at dinner, Joy's mom shared some exciting news. "Marianne, your teacher called. Your college aptitude test scores were amazing. I'm so proud of you." Turning to Joy, her mom asked, "And how did yours go, honey?"
Oh, I didn't bother with it. I'm going to be a singer, so I don't need it. Maybe one of your famous friends could help produce my album?
I won't do that. I want more for you. You're going to college, and later you can decide what you want.
What? You can't make those decisions for me. I'm going to be a singer, and that's that.
As your mom, yes, I can guide you.
You can't tell me anything.
Joy, stop. Your mom's just trying to help.
You shut up. My life was better before you showed up. Go back to your miserable family and leave us alone. I hate you both.
Angry, Joy knocked all the family pictures off the shelf. After that, her behavior got worse. She began skipping school and got mad whenever someone tried to talk about what she was doing. Joy's behavior toward me got worse, turning her into what felt like a real-life villain. She constantly tried to make trouble for me, and even though her mom always ended up forgiving me, it just made Joy angrier. For example, Joy switched her unfinished homework with mine, confusing my teacher. Luckily, the teacher sorted it out. Joy made a fake social media account with my name, posting embarrassing stuff. It took a while, but I showed it wasn't me and shut it down. Joy hid a library book I borrowed, causing me to get late fees. Her mom found it later and figured out Joy's trick. Joy messed with my bike's brakes. I felt something was wrong before I rode it and stopped myself from getting hurt. This escalated one afternoon when Joy's mom was away on a business trip and her dad was away at work. Joy decided to do something drastic. She turned the backyard into a makeshift movie theater. I'm not sure showing a movie here is a good idea.
Well, it's better than having you around all the time.
The backyard quickly filled with people, the projector buzzing to life. I stayed inside, trying to avoid the chaos, and was flipping through a magazine when suddenly someone stumbled into my room.
Oops, my bad. I was looking for the kitchen. Hey, is that a magazine about vintage cars? My dad collects them, and I've read a bunch about them. Is that the issue with the 60s muscle cars?
Yes, it is. His name was Brian. We discovered we shared a lot of interests and spent the evening chatting in the kitchen. Just as we were really connecting, the screen outside fell over with a crash. Suddenly, Joy and her mom came in.
Look, Mom, I knew it. Marianne set up this whole movie thing just to hang out with her boyfriend.
Boyfriend? That's not true. Why would I organize this party? Joy, you're my only friend here.
Then explain him being in your room. This must be your party.
Enough, Joy. I don't think Marianne would do this. But young man, it's time for you to go home, please. Joy looked so angry and stormed off. She stopped talking to me and just ignored my existence. I kept talking to Brian. Having him in my life was great. He was nice looking and well-mannered. His family had money, and he shared his dream of becoming a doctor with me. A few days later, Joy's mom called me into the living room, where I found my dad sitting. I really care about you and loved having you here, but things with Joy are getting tough. She's feeling left out. Plus, your dad's been talking to us. He's made some changes, wants you back, and misses you a lot.
The past few months have been really tough without you. I love you and want you to come home.
I didn't say much. When I feel a lot, I find it hard to speak, but I managed to say, I'll pack my things. I moved back with Dad, and honestly, things weren't bad. He had really improved, and hanging out with him wasn't bad at all. But I ended up blocking Brian. I didn't have a strong reason to cut him off. I felt like I didn't deserve him and just needed a fresh start. A few months after finishing high school, I couldn't go to college right away. Dad didn't have the money because we had big hospital bills for Mom. So I started working as a pizza delivery person. It was tough, but I never thought about quitting. I worked really hard and finally got into college. I planned to study economics and maybe even start my own business someday. While studying, I took any job I could get. Eventually, I managed to rent a tiny apartment with a view of the city dump. It wasn't much, but it was mine. I could finally study and rest there. Dad even helped me buy a used car for my delivery job. Things were starting to get better. I kept working hard, aiming for success. I often thought about Joy and her parents, and my mom too. I missed them a lot. With exams coming up, I studied all night and worked all day. I felt unstoppable, like nothing could slow me down. But one day, while out on a delivery, I suddenly felt very dizzy, and the next thing I knew, I crashed into a tree. I was rushed to the hospital. Everything hurt, but what pained me the most was my thoughts. Why couldn't things just go right for once? I hugged my pillow and bursted into tears. Then, a young doctor came in, and I was shocked. Brian, is that really you? He recognized me too.
I always thought I'd run into the girl who broke my heart again.
Feeling embarrassed, I just looked down and stayed quiet as usual. Brian had finished medical school and was now an intern at the hospital. I apologized, and we chatted for a while and swapped phone numbers. Over time, we got closer and started dating. Brian had the kindest heart, and he even helped me with my college fees. One day, I went to the hospital to bring Brian his lunch and decided to visit Mom afterward. I entered her room, and she looked so peaceful, just like an angel. I gently kissed her forehead. Mom, I have to tell you something. I tried to replace you. I was so angry when I felt you gave up on me, so I gave up on you. I was angry at Dad too, even though the poor man was struggling without you. I used to be mad at Joy, but as I got older, I understood her and we made up. I'm friends with her mom now too. I love them, but no love can match yours. Guess what? I found out this morning I'm pregnant. I'm going to surprise Brian tonight on our date. I think he's going to propose, and I'll say yes. Mom, I'm happy, but my happiness isn't complete without you. Tears overwhelmed me, and I laid my head on her hands when suddenly I felt her hands move. Overjoyed, I ran to the doctor like a little kid, shouting, "My mommy is awake! My mommy is awake!"
Hello, my name is Charlie. I'm a famous filmmaker and director, but you know me already, don't you? Oh, well, it hasn't always been like this anyway. So sit down, grab some popcorn, and let me tell you my story. But before we start, please hit the like button and subscribe. This is me, Charlie, and this is my best friend, Rose. Me and Rose grew up together since we were only babies. We played together, we went to school together, we did everything together. We were like autumn and colds, unavoidable. Like rain and thunder, indivisible. Rose was the sister I never had. I was to her the brother she never... well, you got the point. She was blonde while I was black. She was shy while I was sunny. She had a big brain while I had a big butt. We fit perfectly together. Most of all, we had one dream in common. One day, we would become filmmakers and make movies about witches. Yes, that was our dream at the time, our common goal in life. And we were all ready to get it realized. But what a tragic fate awaited us. Well, I'm being a bit overly dramatic here, but please, let me explain. It was our last year in high school and a few weeks before Halloween. I was reaching my classroom like every morning when Rose came running toward me. Charlie! Charlie! Rose, what? Charlie! Rose! Charlie! Rose! Charlie! Barely breathing, Rose managed to announce to me that the school had opened a cinematographic contest where the winners would be enrolled in the best movie school in the country. We started screaming. At that point, me and Rose already had tons of scripts ready. We simply chose one and brought it in the next morning to our art professor to have it approved. But instead, there stood Mona, high like a giraffe, dressed like a rock star, and loud like a tempest. Who is Mona, you ask? She's the daughter of a famous celebrity couple, a movie producer dad, and a 5-star actress mom. She had the best connections, the best grades, and the best face. A cloud of desperation came upon us when we saw her just talking to the teacher, explaining her project for her script. We felt lost. When our turn came, I spoke for both of us because Rose was too shy to speak, and the sight of Mona shook her too much. Hey, Charlie. Nice job there. What? What? Mona was approaching me, willing to talk. Had I stumbled, hit my head, and fallen into a dream without noticing? Sorry, I couldn't help but listen to your script while you were explaining. It seems like some hot stuff there. Did you come up with it all by yourself? Well, me and Rose, yes. It seems you have a promising future in the business, baby. Would you mind joining me tonight at my party? There'll be producers, movie stars, and many important people. I couldn't believe it was happening. It was too much for me, and all at once. Of course, me and Rose will be there for sure. Rose? I'm sorry. I don't want someone who is barely able to speak in public to be associated with me. You are invited. See you later, baby. She left like the tornado she was, leaving both me and Rose speechless. I tried to console my best friend, convincing her this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that could help us both. Rose nodded her head, but her look told me something else. I pretended not to see it and went straight to the party. This was an occasion I just simply couldn't afford to lose. Mona's house was not exactly a house. It was a castle, a gigantic manor with a park, 4 towers, and 2 pools. All over the place, men in elegant suits and shiny-looking women talked to each other cheerfully.
Oh dear, you've arrived.
Sir, lady, nice to meet you. I'm so glad you invited me. That man and woman were Mona's parents. They look amazing together. A perfect couple in a perfect house. Everything was perfect in Mona's life. Shiny and bright, like herself. Please, enough with the pleasantries. You're part of the family now. Mona told us all about the project you're working on together. The project? Of course. I told Mom and Dad we are working on an amazing movie. We will win the contest for sure. I didn't know what to say. I was totally caught unprepared. So I just smiled and said nothing. Mona's parents left us soon, and I immediately reached after her. Mona, what did you tell them? Well, that we work together. Isn't that true? But I already work with Rose. Didn't you know that? She's my best friend. I can't just leave her like this. Mona just smiled and washed the problem away with a swing of her hand. You create too many problems, baby. Can't you just work with us both? Come on, let's have fun. I'm ashamed to admit, but the truth is that I forgot Rose for some time, and quite easily. I just loved to be asked about my history and my interests by all these interesting people there. The future was winking at me and I just couldn't resist. Then I saw him. How to describe the finch that came to perch on my branch? He was like a god in a garden on Olympus. He was like a breeze on a hot summer day. He was like well, that horse was hot, girls. You can bet about it. That angel had dark eyes like enchantment and such a fine, elegant beard. I was totally captured. He must have noticed my dumb expression because he started smiling at me as if trying to help me retrieve some of my dignity. Too late. And Charlie, let me introduce you to my brother Tom.
So you are the famous Charlie. A handsome lady, that's for sure. Nice to meet you.
Is he really going to kiss my hand? Is he really? Oh, God, I'm fainting. I'm fainting. Am I famous? How?
Of course. Mona has talked about you all afternoon. Mona, can I steal this lady from you for some time?
Do as you please, brother. But be a good boy.
I always am. Mona, don't scare our host like this.
The walk with Tom around the garden felt like a dream. He was not only handsome in sight, but also elegant, charming, and kind. His fierce appearance was balanced by such a quiet temper that it made him look like the perfect man in every single way imaginable. Hours passed in a flash, like seconds. Come back soon, baby. We're here for you anytime you want. Couldn't wait to be invited again. The image of Tom was still in my eyes when I woke up. And even if I don't remember it with certainty, I can bet I dreamed about him. How did it go? Rose's soft voice reached me as if coming from far, far away when she met me in the corridors at school. I felt happy to see her, but not so happy as I should have been. I think she noticed, but I kept it a secret. I explained to her all that happened the night before and promised to meet her within a few days in order to complete our script. The plot was there, but so much work had yet to be done. Fine then. See you soon. See ya. Those were busy times for me. In the daytime, I met Mona to work on our script for the contest. At night, I often saw Tom. Mona's script was completely different from mine. Her subject was Barbie. Barbie! Can you believe it? What's wrong with that? Barbie was a paradigm of freedom for girls, don't you know? Mona's fantasy was wild. She had a lot of ideas, but none of them were connected to each other. Her thoughts were as chaotic and impulsive as she was. Without me, she would have been lost. But what about Rose? Without me, she would have been lost too. She was smart and nerdy, but she didn't have the creativity I had. Rose had always been my best friend and sister, and even if Mona's spell and Tom's charm were still upon me like magic crows, I started to feel bad about how easily I abandoned my lifelong friend in order to get a quick ticket to success. The moment of the contest was approximating, and I had to speak with Mona about this. I would have helped her with her project, but I had to participate in a team with Rose, and if Mona didn't want Rose, I would leave the Barbies in order to go back to the witches. I found the courage and spoke to Mona. Can you imagine a dragon's reaction to someone trying to steal his gold from under his throne? The same was Mona's reaction to my words, if not worse. Out of my house! Never come back again! I will eat you! Do you think I'm being overly dramatic again? You weren't there, my friend. I think I barely saved my own life. I'm lucky to be here to tell the story. Yet I felt happy after arriving home. I felt I had done the right thing. Now there was only Tom to speak to. Even if I liked him, our time had to wait until after the contest was finished. I couldn't subtract any more energy from Rose and our witchy project. I mean, there can be only one Dua Lipa in the world, right? Enough with Barbie.
Hey, Angel.
Tom's words were honey poured all over me. I melted. But hey, not this time. I had serious work to do. Listen, Tom, there's something we must talk about.
Something like what? Did I do something wrong?
No, it's not about you. It's about Mona.
My sister, huh? She always was more like a Shrek than a Barbie.
She's not that bad, but I can't be her teammate for the contest. Rose is my teammate. You and Mona are wonderful. You live in an amazing house. Your life is perfect, but... Tom's eyes went big and sad at those words of mine. Maybe it was the wrong thing to say, but how could I know? From what I had seen up to that moment, their lives were like pink molasses. Disgustingly sugary.
Do you really think our life is wonderful, honey? You know so little about us.
What do you mean? While walking, Tom told me how he and Mona had lived since they were children, how harsh their parents had been on them since their youngest age.
They do that for us. They push us towards obtaining the best grades and the best results in every field. But you know, sometimes the best is not the best. Sometimes you would just like to live a normal life.
This is why Mona loves Barbie so much, maybe?
It's a way for her to remain a child.
Tom's eyes were not lying. I took his hand and kept it between mine for some time.
Still, a wrong behavior remains a wrong behavior. Mona will have to grow up sooner or later. You were a strong girl and made the right choice today. I'm proud of you, Charlie.
At that point, I was melting again. The perfect features of Tom's figure were silhouetted against the moon, like a character from some gothic tale. I felt Tom's body pressing against mine while he brought my head gently against his chest. He's going to kiss me finally. He's going to kiss me. Instead, he simply kept my head there for some time, caressing my neck. No more. Nothing more. WTH?
Listen, Charlie, there's something I must say to you too.
Was eager to listen to his confession, but my phone rang at that exact moment. Rose! I totally forgot about our appointment. Rose would be furious. She was. For several days. Every attempt of mine to make peace with her went in vain. The contest was lost at that point. There was no chance to win against Mona and her Barbie-stuffed stuff. The days up to the contest flew by fast and dull. We knew we had lost. Now, you really can't imagine my surprise when Rose and I found that on the notice board of the school, there was a list of the winning projects. And the first one was about witches. As authors, it had 3 names: Rose, Charlie, and Mona. A coincidence? Of course not. It was our project. We won, but we didn't submit it, of course. So who did? The question puzzled us for some time until we received a phone call from a strangely masked voice. Oh dear. She tried hard to excuse herself for her behavior in the most recent times. Her voice didn't disclose her origin, but it wasn't too much of a guess. Mona. We found out with certainty later, when the 3 of us, plus Tom, met together at the back of the school to talk about the matter. Mona looked like a baby. She cried all the time and told us she felt guilty for how she treated Rose after Tom had talked to her. To get her excused, instead of her script, Mona submitted a copy of ours, proposing it as if it had been worked upon by the 3 of us. Of course it won. It was written by me after all. But this wasn't the only news of the day. Tom, don't you have something you want to say?
Yes, well, Charlie, I have a confession to make.
Oh, yes, finally! The bomb was going to explode. The moment I expected for days and days finally arrived. After such a tragic story, I was going to have my sweet piece of cake after all. Yes, Tom, tell me, please.
I have a crush on Rose.
Oh, Tom, yes, a crush on... Wait, what?
I really didn't know how to say it, but now I can't keep it a secret anymore. I like you, Rose. Would you like to go out on a date with me sometime?
I couldn't believe it. Rose went red like a tomato and I was shocked. Mona was laughing hard and her joy expanded contagiously. So this was the secret? I should have felt offended, but the occasion was so joyful that I felt too happy for Rose to be concerned about myself. All's well that ends well? Mona and I went on in life, becoming best friends, and we went to college together. You know, sometimes things take such an unpredictable turn that the only thing to do is sit back, relax, and watch the events unfold as if they were a movie. And isn't life a long, tear-jerking, and magical movie itself? Oh God, I can't believe what an incredible artist I am. Really.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Paris. I live with my single mom, and unfortunately, my sister Zoa, who's always been my biggest rival and a pain in my butt. Like, when I was 5, a tutor would come to teach us, and one day, he praised me in front of my mom. "Ma'am, your Sarah is a brilliant child. She's a quick learner. She can understand a concept in just an hour. But for the same thing, Zoa takes 3 days." Zoa couldn't tolerate this and hit me hard on my head with the notebook. Before I could react, Mom yelled at her and grounded her for a week. I never really understood why she was jealous of me for being smarter. I wasn't jealous of her for being prettier. Whenever we went out together, people noticed her first and gave her compliments, but she was still so insecure. But maybe the reason why she really hated me was because I was fearless. Once when I was 10, the 3 of us were out on a picnic when I noticed a man snatch a woman's purse and run away. I immediately stuck out my leg and he tripped and fell down hard. The thief was taken away by the police and everyone there clapped for me, except for Zoa. Mom was pretty freaked out too. "Sarah, the thief could have had a weapon. He could have hurt you. Don't do that again. You're just a child."
Yeah, dummy cow. This is not some movie where you pretend to be an action hero. This is real life. And I'm afraid one day someone might cut you down into pieces. I know what your actual concern is, Zoa, and it's not for my safety. You just can't stand it when I'm praised by people, can you? Oh, please. I get plenty of praise because I'm so pretty. Have you ever heard someone use that word for you? I bet you can't even spell it. It's P-R-E-T-Y. You forgot a T, dinosaur brains. And you forgot my hand, dinosaur face. And suddenly she slapped me and we broke into a huge fight right in the middle of the park. As we grew up, she became prettier and more popular in school. All the time, boys would roam around her, while her minions cracked jokes about how I must be adopted. But I never let Zoa or any of those bullies get to me. I was smarter and stronger than those idiots any day. Once in 9th grade, I was looking for a book in the library when I noticed a boy staring at me from a gap in the shelf. I just went back to my seat and started reading my book, but he sat down in front of me. "Hey, what's your name? You're very pretty." No way. This was definitely a prank. If I was really pretty, why was he the first boy to say so? I just walked off without a reply. I was in no mood to be made fun of. But the next day when I was walking through the hallway, I suddenly tripped over something and went flying straight into someone's arms. It was the boy from the library. "Oh, thank you so much. If you want to thank me, just tell me your name, please." I did, and it turned out his name was Henry and he was my senior. We became good friends and started hanging out together all of the time. One day when I went to the cafeteria, I found a large poster stuck to a wall. It was my picture with an ugly mustache and devil horns, and the caption, "Sarah, the ugly monster." As I saw Zoa and her friends cackling in the distance, I was about to tear it down when Henry walked in. "Wow, someone's really jealous of your beauty, Sarah." And with that, he tore it in half. Then he turned to me and said in front of everyone, "I think you're the most beautiful girl here. And you're smart and funny. You're just amazing. Will you be my girlfriend, Sarah?" I was shocked, but I said yes. And what made me even happier was seeing Zoa burn with rage. The next few days, I felt like a princess in some fairy tale. I would roam around with Henry. He would bring me roses and would lie with his head in my lap for hours. It was all so beautiful. Then one day, he asked me to go to a party with him. That evening, I was getting ready when Zoa came running into my room, all breathless. "Sarah, my sister, I need to tell you something. Please, stay away from Henry because he is a cheater. He is dating 3 girls, including me and you. He just kissed me today, out of the blue." "What? You're such a psycho liar. Get out of my room, Zoa." But then she showed me something that left me stunned. It was a picture where she and Henry were kissing. I couldn't believe it. I ran to the washroom and Zoa followed me. "Sarah, why are you crying?" So what if he found me more attractive than you and kissed me? At least now we know his true colors. Don't cry, sis. This is for the best. I angrily pushed her aside. I'm not crying. Something just went into my eye. And I don't care if he kissed you. He's still my boyfriend. Get out, now! I left home pretending to see Henry. But of course, I wasn't gonna meet that jerk. I went to a park and sat alone and kept rejecting his phone calls. When he kept messaging me, I sent him the picture Zoa showed me. He started giving me excuses, but I didn't believe a single word he said. After an hour, I went home as if everything was perfectly fine. The next day in school, I was sitting on the bleachers when someone tapped on my shoulder. It was Henry. Just as he began speaking, I grabbed him by his collar angrily. Listen, I told you yesterday. But then suddenly, I spotted Zoa looking at us, and I immediately pulled Henry close and kissed him. When Zoa left, I pushed him back hard. Listen, I told you yesterday to stay away from me. I don't want to see your face again. But Sarah, I swear I never cheated on you. I was just having my Coke when Zoa came out of nowhere and kissed me. I was really angry with her. It takes 2 people to kiss, and you were one of them. So just stop lying and leave me alone, cheater. I put my fingers in my ears and walked away from him. But that night, something really strange happened. We were all asleep when we heard Zoa screaming. We ran to her room to find a boy in Zoa's room, and she was beating his butt with a stick. The boy was from our school. Mom! I caught this thief. I caught him. Call the police. Call the media. I'm so brave. I'm a hero. I'm not a thief. I'm Zoa's freaking boyfriend. I just came to see her and she went bonkers on me. Crazy girl. Oh, also, Sarah, she kissed your boyfriend and told me to take pictures of her doing that. He was so mad at her. In case you didn't know, your sister's a psycho. Oh God, Henry was telling the truth and I hadn't believed him. The boy broke up with Zoa and jumped out the window while I turned around and pounced on her. I pulled her hair as hard as I could till Mom pulled me away. The next morning, I literally ran to school and found Henry and apologized to him. He opened his arms and we hugged each other really tight. Time passed and we graduated from school. Henry went abroad for his higher education and Zoe and I started college. Then one day, Mom suddenly felt some pain in her chest, and after the doctor's examination, it turned out that she needed a really expensive heart surgery. This was the first time in my life that I felt scared. We didn't have enough money, so I took up a part-time job to start saving. I asked Zoa too, but she flatly refused. Sorry, but a princess like me can't work. Look at my hands, so soft and delicate. I'm not spoiling them. No, you're the Tarzan of the family, the strong one. You got this, girl. And just like that, she walked off. Just a few days later, I heard Mom screaming. I ran to her room and she was standing in front of some empty drawers, asking me where all her jewelry had gone. I had no idea, and we marched straight to Zoa's room. She wasn't there, but a note was lying on her bed. Mom, Sarah, my journey with you people ends here. I can't live with poor, depressed people like you anymore. Mom, please make Sarah the heir of this damaged house because I like mansions only. I'm taking all the jewelry as memories of you, Mom. Love ya, but don't look for me. Mom was completely devastated. I took her to her room and put her to sleep, but I was in despair. We were left with nothing. My salary wasn't enough for the treatment. I left home to contact some charity organization, and on my way, it started raining. Just then, I saw a huge crowd gathered around on a bridge. I looked down and saw a small kitten hanging onto a log in the strong river current, and people were just standing around making videos and doing nothing. Luckily, I found a piece of rope tied to the bridge. Without another thought, I climbed down the rope and reached out for the kitten. Some people started helping me then by pulling us up, and we both landed safely. I was completely drenched in the rain, so I decided to go back home. That evening, someone rang our doorbell, and when I opened the door, I found a bunch of people with cameras and mics standing outside. You saved a little kitten today without caring about your own life. What would you like to say? This girl, people, she's a hero. She makes us believe that good people truly exist. She's restored my faith in humanity. Wait, what? What was going on? And I soon found out that people had been making videos of me saving the cat and they'd gone viral. And before I knew it, I had become quite famous. I was in newspapers and giving interviews on news channels. I was honored by the government with a bravery award and also given $30,000. And of course, the first thing I did was get my mom's heart surgery. It was successful and she recovered fully in a few months. Soon after, I got an offer to participate in a really famous reality stunt show, and I accepted. Within no time, I'd become a celebrity. And now, Mom and I were rich. We were living a great life until one day, someone knocked on the door. When I opened it, I was shocked to see Zoa. As she tried to step inside, I blocked her path. "Where's Mom? I need her help. My boyfriend cheated on me. He made me pregnant and ran away with all my money and jewelry. I've got nothing to eat." "Are you so fat because you're pregnant again?" "Oh, no. Luckily, I had a miscarriage, but I had lots of cravings while I was pregnant, so I gained some weight. It's nothing. I'll be back to my old shape in no time, you'll see." "Are you sure you're not pregnant?" "Of course, I said so already." Then I kicked her so hard she fell back on her butt. "How dare you call her mom? You left her when she was fighting for her life. No, you robbed her first and then left her. You're just a blood-sucking leech, Zoa, and you deserve whatever bad things come your way. Now get lost and don't show up here again." And I slammed the door on her face. Half an hour later, the bell rang again. Oh God, this Zoa. Maybe I needed to kick her harder this time. But when I opened the door, I was shocked. It was Henry. He opened his arms and I jumped to hug him. "Oh, I can't believe it's you, Henry. I've missed you so much."
"I've missed you too, sweetheart. And I have a really important question for you. Sarah, will you marry me?"
Oh my God, yes, 100 times yes. And then we kissed. I'd been avoiding this all night, but it was time to face the truth. I was standing in the middle of the dance floor at the winter formal, surrounded by two of the most popular boys in school, Nicholas and Isaac. Nicholas gave me flowers. Isaac jumped in front of Nicholas and started singing me a love song. Nicholas threw a glass of punch in Isaac's face, then gave me a diamond necklace. Both of you, get away from me! How many times do I have to tell you I don't love you? But we shared a chicken sandwich. I gave you half my fries. What about me? We walked on the beach under the moonlight and kissed under the stars. I liked all your Instagram posts, and I texted you 1,000 smiley face emojis with hearts in their eyes. The hearts were in all of their eyes, Ember. Do you know what that means? Leave her alone, you jerk. She's my girl. No, she's mine. No, mine. The lovesick boys started shoving each other, then it turned into an all-out brawl. I snuck out the back door and ran straight into my worst nightmare, my nemesis, the boy that stole my heart and had the power to break it into 1,000 pieces. His name was, oh, I can't even say his name without getting butterflies. I feel like such an idiot. What's wrong with me? Things were never supposed to turn out this way. It's best if we start my crazy story from the beginning. Maybe that'll give me time to figure this out. I'm Ember, and I'm a professional heartbreaker. But before I continue, please like and subscribe. It all started with my best friend, Lisa. Lisa and I were inseparable since birth. We loved the same movies, music, and games. We'd finish each other's sentences and keep each other's secrets. But everything changed when Lisa discovered boys. When we were 9, Lisa ran up to me and my neighbor Wilson at the park. "Do you see that boy over there? The one that's picking his nose?" "Of course not." "The one that's eating sand?" "No, the one next to him with the dark hair and dreamy brown eyes. I think I'm in love with him." A day later, Lisa and the boy were a couple. A week after that, the boy broke Lisa's heart and she lost her mind. She cried for days. Wilson and I tried to cheer Lisa up, but nothing worked. Then one day, Lisa walked up to me and Wilson happy as a clam because she'd found another boy. Then he broke her heart and the whole cycle continued over and over and over again. "Why do you keep crying over these stupid boys? The last one smelled like a stinky old sock." "He didn't smell like a sock. He smelled like a man." "But he was only 12. "You guys don't get it because you're not as mature as I am." "You're only 2 months older than we are." "But you know nothing about the magic of love." It went on like that for years until we reached high school and Lisa fell in love with a football player named Nicholas. Yeah, the same guy from the beginning of my story. The one with the horrible singing voice and obsessed with heart emojis. "Ember, he's the one. I just know it." "You
You said that about the last boy. No, it's for real this time. I think I'm gonna marry him. A day later, she and Nicholas were Insta official. They dated for a year, but the whole time he was cheating on her, and it broke Lisa's heart. The same thing happened with another boy at school named Isaac, a smooth-talking, rich model. Yep, he was the second jerk you met in the beginning of the story. Every time Lisa saw Nicholas or Isaac with another girl, she'd break down in tears. She couldn't pay attention in class. She started failing all her tests. Her grades dropped, she stopped coming to school, and eventually couldn't get out of bed. Lisa's parents got so worried about her that they moved away, and I lost my best friend forever. I was devastated. She even refused to contact us and changed her number and deactivated all her social media accounts. Her mom told us to respect her wishes.
You still have me.
It's not the same, Wilson. After Lisa left, I blamed myself. Nicholas and Isaac were heartbreakers, and all the girls loved them, even though they both had the IQ of a fly and were the most conceited boys on earth. They had a new girl every week and ripped the poor girl's heart to shreds. I should have protected Lisa from those jerks. She was my best friend in the world, but I wasn't there for her. I'm the reason she's gone.
That's not true. Lisa made her own decisions. She chose to date those guys.
If it's not my fault, why does it hurt so much? A couple years later, in my senior year, I had a major glow-up. My dark olive skin and long curly hair got me so much attention, people thought I was a model or a movie star. Nicholas kept staring at me in gym class. I tried to ignore him, but he cornered me in the hallway.
Hey, beautiful. I couldn't help but notice that you're almost as hot as me. I've never seen you around. Is this your first day?
No, dummy. We've been in the same classes for 2 years. He looked at me like I was crazy. I'm Ember, Lisa's best friend.
I don't know any Lisa.
Your ex-girlfriend's Lisa? He shrugged his shoulders like he didn't even care. I wanted to slap him in his stupid jerk face.
I'm captain of the football team, you know, and I've got 2% body fat.
He lifted up his shirt to show me his washboard abs. Am I supposed to care?
You're funny. Let's go out this weekend.
I was pissed. First, Nicholas broke Lisa's heart, and now he wanted to go out with me? Suddenly, I had an idea. I could make him pay for what he did to Lisa. So, I said yes. Later that day, Wilson and I were sitting together at lunch. I was helping him fix his battle robot for the robotics club when Isaac walked up.
Hey, babe, is your dad a genie? Because you're my wish come true. We should get together. You're not her type.
No one asked you, nerd. Wilson's battle robot charged at Isaac. Isaac grabbed the robot and spiked it like a football.
Wiper butt, no! Next time, mind your own business.
Avenge me.
Wilson jumped up to confront Isaac, and I slid between them. I'd love to go out with you, Isaac. I gave Isaac my number, then he walked away. Wilson was totally confused. Why would you go out with that jerk that broke Lisa's heart? I'm gonna go out with both jerks that broke Lisa's heart. I'm gonna make them pay for what they did to Lisa. After that, Wilson and I came up with a master plan. Nicholas was the first target. He was obsessed with sports and super competitive. He was on the basketball team, the football team, and the baseball team. But after a little investigation, Wilson and I discovered that Nicholas was terrified of heights. For our date, I invited Nicholas to a rock climbing gym. As we were walking inside, Nicholas saw a beggar on the street and yelled at him for asking for food.
Get your own food, loser. Ugh, can't understand why these poor people choose to live on the sidewalk. There's an apartment building right across the street.
I couldn't believe how insensitive and stupid Nicholas was, but I had to stay focused on my mission. Good question, but tonight's about us. Let's go have some fun. I took his hand and pulled him inside. Nicholas took one look at the rock wall and broke into a sweat.
I don't know about this, Ember. Can't we just go to the movies?
Are you scared? I didn't know you were a chicken.
I'm no chicken. I'm not afraid of anything. I'll climb to the top twice as fast as you.
You're on. I raced to the top, and Nicholas struggled to keep up. Come on, Nicholas. You can do it. Just don't look down. Nicholas looked down and freaked out. He started crying like a baby. It took 20 minutes for the instructors to pry him off the wall. Wilson recorded the whole whole thing on his phone and posted it online. The video went viral in minutes, and Nicholas was the biggest joke. The next day, I went out with Isaac. He got us concert tickets to see a famous pop star. He met me at my door with a huge bouquet of flowers, but when he wasn't looking, I slipped a couple doggy treats in his pocket. As we were walking to his car, my neighbor's huge dog charged towards him. Isaac got so scared, he turned to run, but slipped and fell face first in the mud. His clothes were ruined, and so was his perfect hair. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It was an accident. Too bad we'll miss the concert.
We don't have to miss it. Come with me. I dragged Isaac inside my house and told him he could take a shower. I gave him a special bottle of shampoo to wash his hair and some of my dad's old clothes. 10 minutes later, I heard Isaac scream.
My hair!
Oh no! Silly me. I guess that wasn't shampoo. At least the green brings out your eyes. Isaac ran out of my house like a maniac. I wished Lisa was here to see what we did. She would have been so proud. Wilson and I celebrated. I even had the rest of the weekend to help him fix his broken battle robot.
I really appreciate your help, Ember.
It's the least I can do. I couldn't have gotten back at Nicholas and Isaac without you.
I was worried that you'd fall for those guys like all those other girls at school.
Give me some credit. Those guys are the worst. I like guys that are smart and kind. Then Wilson gave me a strange look.
I think I like you. I mean, like you, ever since we were kids. I was wondering if maybe we could go out on a real date.
I was shocked. I never saw Wilson as anything more than a friend, but as I thought about dating him, I suddenly started to blush.
Sorry, I guess that was a dumb idea. I'll leave now.
Before I knew it, Wilson was walking out the door. Wait! I grabbed Wilson's hand. He turned to me, and when we looked into each other's eyes, I swear that sparks started flying. Or it could have been the porch lamp shorting out again. It had been doing that for weeks. The next day, spring break started, and Wilson and I spent every minute together. We grew closer by the day, and after we shared our first kiss, I finally understood what Lisa meant about the magic of love. Being with Wilson made me feel like I was walking on a cloud, though it was bittersweet because I still missed Lisa so much. But when school started, everything changed. My first day back, Nicholas ran up to me with a huge smile on his face.
Ember, it's so good to see you. It took me a while to realize it, but you're the best thing that's ever happened to me. You changed my life.
Wait, what? I was totally shocked. I thought Nicholas hated me.
You gave me the courage to face my fear of heights, clowns, and strawberries.
You're afraid of strawberries?
It's the seeds and their pointy ends. They could take an eye out, but that doesn't matter anymore. I've conquered all my fears, and now I'm unstoppable. I'm a new man, and I think I like you.
Then Nicholas kissed me on the cheek and waltzed down the hall. After school, Isaac ran up to me in the parking lot with his bright green hair. He hugged me and spun me around.
Babe, you're amazing. My hair is a hit. I booked 10 modeling jobs over the break. I wanted to call and tell you, but I was so busy. You're my good luck charm.
Before I could say anything, Isaac kissed me. Then out of nowhere, Wilson and Nicholas appeared. Wilson stared at me and Isaac in total disbelief. Nicholas got so mad, he grabbed Isaac and punched him in the nose.
Get your hands off my girl. She's not your girl. She's the love of my life.
Then I saw an amazing opportunity. My mission wasn't complete. That night, I told Wilson about my new plan. Our mission isn't over. I'll go on a few more dates with Nicholas and Isaac. I'll make them compete for my love, and when I know I've got them hooked, I'll rip their hearts to shreds. I'll just need you to...
What about us?
We'll keep our relationship a secret until after I break Nicholas and Isaac's hearts.
You're not making any sense. I'm your boyfriend. I can't just sit back and watch you date other guys.
We have to complete the mission.
I don't care about the stupid mission.
What are you saying?
It's me or them.
I chose the mission. I couldn't back off now. It was too important. I owed it to Lisa. After that, Wilson and I broke up. I kept dating Nicholas and Isaac and made them compete for my affection. It was funny seeing them try to one-up each other to win my heart, but every time Wilson saw me with them, he gave me the saddest looks.
What are you staring at, nerd? A jerk sandwich with a side of stupid sauce? Nerd boy thinks he's funny. He's just jealous because Ember's out of his league. She'll be my girl soon. No, carrot head. She'll choose me. My muscles are bigger than yours. I've got an 8-pack. You've only got 6. Oh yeah? My biceps are the size of a grapefruit.
Nicholas and Isaac took off their shirts and started flexing in front of each other. A couple of Wilson's battle robots ran up and kicked them in the shins. As the days passed, I couldn't stop thinking about Wilson. Suddenly, I felt like I was the bad guy. It was one thing to break Nicholas and Isaac's hearts, but Wilson didn't deserve this at all. I was so confused. I was doing this for Lisa, but hurting Wilson in the process. So, I was finally able to reach out to Lisa for the first time in years. She was living 3,000 miles away in Australia. She told me all about her new life and her new boyfriend and how sorry she was for not keeping in touch. Then, I told her about my mission. Oh, Ember, you didn't have to do that for me. Love's a risk, and sometimes it hurts, but it's worth it. I was trying to break those heartbreakers' hearts and broke Wilson's along the way. I feel like a hypocrite trying to teach those guys not to play with a person's emotions while I was doing the same thing. You made a mistake, and that's okay. We all do. Now you just have to fix it. The next day, I met up with Nicholas and Isaac. It's over. I don't love you. I don't want to see you anymore. They didn't take it very well. They dropped dozens of teddy bears, candy, and love notes at my door, but I sent it all back. I tried to contact Wilson, but he didn't return my calls. And when I went by his house, his mom told me he was out of town at the National Robot Battle Championships. I was proud of Wilson, but so sad I wasn't there to support him like he'd always supported me. He posted a bunch of videos from the competition online. The moment I saw his face and heard his voice, my feelings for him rushed back, and suddenly, I was nursing my own broken heart. A week later, a couple of girls from class encouraged me to go to the winter dance. It was better than sitting in my room all alone, so I agreed to go. So, yeah, now we're back to where we started. Hey, editor, can you speed things up from here?
No problem.
Okay, here it is. The moment of truth, when I ran out the back door and right into the love of my life. If you haven't guessed it by now, the mystery guy is Wilson, and he looked so different that night. He was confident and happier than I'd ever seen him before. Wilson looked up at me with his big brown eyes, and all my feelings for him were stronger than ever. I'm sorry I hurt you. I was so obsessed with getting revenge for Lisa that I became a colossal jerk. I hope you can forgive me. Maybe someday we can be friends again.
I don't know. You did some really dumb stuff.
I get it. I ruined our friendship and broke your heart. I understand why you don't want to be friends anymore. I guess this is goodbye. I turned to leave, then Wilson grabbed my hand and smiled.
This doesn't have to be the end. Maybe we can fix this. I think it's worth a try.
Another mission?
Something like that.
Hi, I'm Princess Leia from Liechtenstein. Before I continue, please hit like and subscribe. The moment my mom gave birth to me, everyone in the village instantly fell in love with me. I was the world's friendliest baby and loved attention. Then when I was 2 years old, my sister Emily was born, and she was a little different. Every time Emily was around people, she would scream and find somewhere to hide. One day when I was 8 and Emily was 6, Mom and Dad had a royal garden party. I loved talking to all the grown-up guests, but Emily was terrified.
Leah, I don't want to be with all these people. I want to be in my room, but Mom isn't letting me.
Here, you can hide underneath my gown. Then no one will see you and I'll sneak you out. But hiding my sister underneath my dress wasn't the best idea. I ended up tripping over the refreshment table, spilling a chocolate fountain over some lady's dress. Mom and Dad were horrified, and my clumsy accident ended up being all over the news. But my parents didn't blame me for what happened. They were just worried and confused.
Why is Emily so anxious and afraid of everyone? Was it something we did?
It just doesn't make any sense. Emily's anxiety only got worse over the years. By the time she was 8, she refused to even leave our bedroom. Everyone in the village still adored me, but they were convinced something was seriously wrong with Emily.
I hear she just stares out her window all day. It's a shame she's not more like her sister Leia.
Worst of all, Emily wanted me to stay with her in our room all the time. I couldn't even go downstairs for dinner without Emily crying.
Please don't leave me. I'm so lonely, and you're the only person that I actually like.
It was so hard saying no to her. My parents tried enrolling her in therapy, but nothing seemed to work. And as time passed, I got tired of being cooped up in our room and wanted to go and have a life. One night when I was 16, I took a walk around the castle to get some fresh air. Then suddenly, I looked up and almost had a heart attack. There was a guy trying to climb onto the roof. Hey, what do you think you're doing?
Climbing onto the roof? What does it look like?
Excuse me, but this happens to be the King and Queen's castle? You better climb down before I tell my parents about this. The guy jumped down from the roof, landing inches away from me.
There, I came down. You're welcome.
With that, he just walked off, and I felt my blood boil. I just knew he'd been trying to cause trouble. The next day, I came down for breakfast, and I was shocked to see my parents with the guy who climbed the roof.
Oh, darling, you're awake. I'd like you to meet Nico. He's the Duke's son and a lovely young man.
But I saw him climbing onto the roof of the castle last night. He's dangerous. He was up to no good.
No. Nico just likes lying on our roof to watch the stars at night.
What? My parents were crazy. What king and queen would let some weirdo climb their castle walls at night and believe such a stupid lie? Fine, be naive and let this intruder do his thing. But when he puts all our lives in danger, don't come crying to me. I was gonna sneak up on Nico and see what he was up to. I would have one of our guards bring me up to the roof with a harness and a rope. But that night, as I rose up to the castle roof, I saw Nico sitting with tears in his eyes. He didn't even look surprised to see me. Nico, are you okay? I came to check on you, but...
I figured you'd check on me sooner or later, and I haven't been okay for years.
What do you mean?
I'm not really the Duke's son. I'm adopted. When I was 10 years old, my parents left me, and they never came back.
Wow, I didn't know that.
My parents were friends with your parents, so they'd take me up here a lot when I was young. My mom and I used to sit here together and watch the stars. Once, she told me if I ever got lost to come up to this spot and she'd know where to find me. I know she'll never come here, but hanging out at this spot makes me feel closer to her. Your dad's a saint. He was the one who convinced the Duke to adopt me. I just wish I didn't miss my parents so much.
I was too stunned to speak. I had totally misjudged him. We ended up talking for hours, and before I knew it, the sun had come up. I should go, but this was really fun. Maybe we can do this again tomorrow night?
I'd like that. You're a good listener, Leah.
Then one day, something crazy happened. I was having lunch at school when suddenly a few girls came up to me with smirks on their faces. According to one of your maids, your weirdo sister threw a chair at a new maid of yours this morning? We didn't know she was that crazy. Oh God, I wanted to disappear. They should just lock her up forever. You shouldn't have said that. I yanked the girl's hair hard and she started to scream. Just then, someone pushed the girl backwards and I saw it was Nico.
You forgot you're speaking to our future queen, girls. Come on, Leah, let's go for a walk.
Nico led me away from the girls, and that's when I asked him how he was in my school.
I've been homeschooled my whole life, but my dad decided it was time I start studying with other royals.
I was really happy Nico had transferred, but his words made me think of Emily. She had never been able to go to a normal school. All of a sudden, I had tears in my eyes, and I told Nico everything about Emily, how she never came out of her room, how my parents were ashamed of her, and how I always needed to stay with her. What if the girls are right? What if Emily really is crazy and she starts losing her mind?
I don't know, but you shouldn't have to sacrifice your life for her. Emily probably just needs someone outside her family to feel safe with. If you want, I'll come over and talk to her.
I hugged Nico and immediately agreed. That night, I brought him into our bedroom and Emily started having a panic attack. Hey, it's okay. Nico's a friend. Then suddenly, Emily stood up to really get a look at Nico. And seconds later, she was swooning. I never knew Leah had such handsome friends. You know I'm a princess too, right? Emily started flirting with Nico like crazy. But as the night went on, Nico got her to start opening up about her issues.
I get what you're going through. Sometimes I get so depressed, I don't even want to leave my bed. But sometimes being alone makes it worse. How about I introduce you to some of my friends from school? We can start slow.
To my shock, Emily agreed. Nico and I started out by taking her for walks in the park, and once in a while introducing her to people. I was so grateful for Nico, and as time passed, we grew really close, and I secretly started having feelings for him. Then one night, the three of us were walking along the pier when suddenly Nico tripped and fell sideways into the lake, hitting his head on a rock. Then he started sinking into the water. I jumped into the lake to get him. When I managed to pull him out, he was unconscious.
Luckily, I knew CPR, and within an hour, he started to wake up. He was saved! The next day, I went to visit Nico at his house to see how he was. When I got there, he was lying on the couch and he looked super out of it. Hey, how are you feeling?
I just remember that I hit a rock and almost drowned, and that someone special saved my life. You have no idea how much it means to me, Leah. I haven't felt this loved in years.
My heart soared. I was just about to lean in and kiss him when Emily came over and Nico took her hand.
Emily told me she dove into the water to get me and then did CPR. She's an absolute angel.
To my horror, Nico pulled Emily close and kissed her. I felt like I was gonna throw up. I yanked Emily's arm and pulled her into the other room. How could you take credit for saving Nico's life? He's been my best friend for the past year, and you know what? I'm in love with him. Leah, I've been miserable my whole life. I don't know if any guy will want to be with me ever, considering all the issues I have. This could be my once-in-a-lifetime chance at happiness. But I guess that doesn't matter. So go tell Nico the truth and be the village hero. I'll just lock myself away in this bedroom forever. Emily stormed off into the bathroom and slammed the door. I couldn't think straight. I ran out of Nico's palace to clear my head. I wanted to tell Nico the truth so badly, but what if Emily was right? What if this was her one chance at a normal life? In the end, I decided to let Emily take the credit. It probably wouldn't be a big deal. She'd get to be the village hero for once. Plus, it wasn't like she and Nico were gonna get married overnight. I had time to think things over. Except Emily's fame lasted for more than a week. Worst of all, she and Nico were getting close. The two of them even went out together. He comforted her every time she had a panic attack and congratulated her every time she left the castle. God, was he her boyfriend or her babysitter? Then one night, my parents invited Nico over for dinner, and Dad made an announcement that sent me over the edge.
After much thought and discussion, we would like for Nico to be our new king. We love him like our own son, and we can't think of who'd be a better husband for our daughter.
My jaw dropped. I was gonna be with Nico after all? Everything was gonna work out? But Emily was fuming. You're just gonna take Nico away from me? Like that?
You mean I'm gonna marry Leah?
Actually, you're going to marry Emily, and she's going to be the queen instead of Leah. You two make such a beautiful couple, and it was truly a miracle that Emily was able to save your life, even with all her challenges, and that's remarkable. I felt like I'd been punched in the face. That's insane! I'm the eldest daughter. I've been preparing to be queen my whole life. And you know what? I'm the one who saved Nico. I should have never let Emily lie and take the credit for it. And I'm not letting her take my crown or marry Nico either. Before anyone could react, I fled from the table and into my bedroom. Then suddenly, I felt someone standing over me, and it was Emily, with fire in her eyes. Why would you rat me out like that? You can still have any guy you want, as long as it's not Nico. I've loved Nico for over a year. Emily, I've sacrificed everything for you. I spent days on end locked in this room so you wouldn't feel scared and alone. Is this the thanks I get? So, you're saying I owe you in some way? I never asked you to sacrifice yourself for me. You could have left me for a few hours if it was too much. It's not my fault you don't know how to set boundaries. Sorry, but I'm only responsible for my own happiness. That was it. Without thinking, I slapped Emily across the face hard. Emily turned around and was about to push me, but instead, she tripped and fell backwards, tumbling down the stairs. Everyone called for help and an ambulance came. What had I done? I went with everyone to the hospital, but I wasn't able to see Emily yet. I felt sick to my stomach. Suddenly, I felt someone's hand on my shoulder. It was Nico.
Hey, Emily's gonna be okay. She'll be in a cast for a few weeks, but don't worry.
I think there's something seriously wrong with me. How could I hurt my sister like that?
Maybe because you were fed up with letting her take what's yours? The servants overheard your conversation with Emily, that it was you who saved me and how you let her take the credit.
I was totally silent. I hadn't really thought of it that way, but Nico had a point.
Also, I need to confess something. I'm in love with you too. I've been in love with you for ages. I thought I loved Emily because she saved my life, but we don't have that connection that you and I have. I want to be with you, Leah, not your sister.
Suddenly, Nico leaned in to kiss me. Oh God, I wanted to kiss him so bad, but what about Emily? I couldn't do this to her.
I ran away from Nico at that second. I had to talk to Emily. I went out to bring her flowers and then apologized for everything. Actually, I'm the one who owes you an apology. I went way too far by stealing both Nico and your crown from you. I know Nico doesn't see me like that. It's okay, Emily. It's in the past now. Everything is gonna be all right. I'm so glad you're okay. Honestly, me too. I hugged my sister tight. Today, I'm married to Nico as the Queen of Liechtenstein.
And Emily is married too, with 3 kids.
Hi, I'm Layla. And yep, that's me in the front row of a gala, seconds before I betrayed my best friend and almost ruined his life. But before we get to all that, please make sure to like and subscribe. Ever since I was little, I've been a lot to handle. Or at least that's what I've been told. By my mom, Layla. By my dad.
Layla!
By, well, any adult really. But really, I'm just always trying to do the right thing. And sometimes that gets me in trouble. That's why my parents sent me to Woodmere Academy to begin with. That and other reasons.
It's only the 5th ranked preparatory school in the country, but heavens, no one else will take you, no matter how much money we throw their way.
Good grief, Layla. How will you replace your father as CEO of Idrizi Tech if you keep up with these morality plays?
Woodmere was supposedly elite, but to me, it was just like every other rich kid cesspool my parents plopped me into, complete with snobby, entitled lookalikes who wore the same navy blazer and walked the halls like the world owed them a standing ovation just for showing up.
You think you belong here? You're just a poor, worthless...
Funny you think he doesn't belong here, when your dad basically had to donate a wing to get your sorry butt in here. The scholarship kid ran, but Milo's ego didn't.
You're gonna regret that! My family basically runs this school! I'm untouchable!
Cool. But are you waterproof?
Huh?
I bent down and turned the knob on a nearby sprinkler, which aimed straight at Milo and sprayed water all over him. Some other kids watching us laughed. 15 minutes later, I found myself in a familiar place, the headmaster's office.
Do you think drenching a student with irrigation equipment is leadership material, Miss Idrizi?
I don't think threatening a kid with a lacrosse stick is exactly student of the month behavior either.
That student of the month is my grandson.
Of course he is.
Which is why you're not just suspended. You're expelled.
Wait, no, please. If I get expelled, my parents will actually disown me. You don't understand. I'm supposed to be the next CEO of Idrizi Tech. As the school doors slammed shut behind me, along with, my future, I did the only thing a girl with no options and rapidly shrinking inheritance could do. I walked home. Every step was basically a countdown to whatever fresh nightmare my parents had waiting for me. Mom? Dad?
Pack your bags.
Immediately.
Wait, you already know?
You bet we
To Mom and Dad and approached the doors with a fresh start in mind and a promise in my heart. But as soon as I walked through the doors...
Layla Idrizi to the headmaster's office immediately.
Oh, what now? I hadn't so much as eye-rolled at anyone, and I was already in trouble? I braced myself as I entered the headmaster's office, but something felt different this time. For one, the headmaster was smiling.
Ah, Miss Idrizi. Welcome to Edvina. I'm Headmaster Quinlan.
Hi?
Don't worry, you're not in trouble. Not yet, anyway. We brought you here for a very specific reason. Let's call it an assignment.
What kind of assignment?
One that requires your particular talents. Quick thinking, initiative, a healthy disregard for rules.
Wow, most schools just call that detention.
Here, we call it useful. But if you mess this up, we will expel you. So, no pressure.
He kept going on about some top secret mission, about how the only reason I was at Edvina was to follow someone with as little contact as possible and await instructions for my next steps. Then He slid a manila envelope across the desk like we were in some low-budget spy movie. I expected a photo of a criminal mastermind, maybe a hacker, a ninja, at the very least someone with a scar or an eye patch. But nope, it was Louis Block, a kid so aggressively average, he practically faded into the folder. Brown hair, brown eyes, scrawny. You could lose him in a crowd of two. And yet, that was my mission. Follow Louis. So I did. And at first, everything about him was even more ordinary than I'd expected. He was the quietest kid in class. He didn't eat with anyone. Even his locker code was 1, 2, 3, 4. But because he was allergic to attention, he actually turned out to be weirdly hard to follow. After all, we couldn't both sit in the back row and pretend to be invisible. And there's only so much space between the vending machine and the science wing. But in all that solo stealth mode, there was exactly one group activity where he appeared to be somewhat comfortable. The chess club. A place so mind-numbingly dull that it made math class feel like a rock concert. And thanks to this seemingly pointless mission, I guess that's how I'm going to be spending my afternoon.
Pawn to b4.
Before what, though? I watched as Louis moved a pawn, then another pawn, then the horse one, whatever it's called. Riveting stuff. But then, his opponent leaned back, grinning like he just solved world hunger.
Checkmate again. Wow, Louis, do you just come here to be reminded about what a loser you are?
Man, even in chess club he was an easy target. My brain was screaming, stay out of it, observe, don't blow your cover. But my instincts, they'd already stood up. I mean, yeah, no sweat. And just like that, we started chatting. Nothing dramatic, nothing spy-worthy. But for the first time since I got here, it didn't feel like an assignment. It felt normal. Actually, it turns out we had a lot in common.
My parents put so much pressure on me. I figure it's better for my future to keep a low profile. You probably wouldn't understand.
Oh, trust me, I do. Maybe he was just a regular guy after all. But as we talked more often, I started noticing something unique about Louis. He had a knack for expressing himself in a way that was poetic. So you always eat alone?
Mostly, but sometimes the birds show up. They all swoop down for the crumbs, pecking at them like it's their last meal on Earth. Yet somehow, they always leave enough for each other. And I think that's kind of beautiful.
Yeah, it kinda is. Even his voice had this magnetic pull, like there was something musical about him. And over the next few days, my whole just observe and report strategy kinda crumbled. I told myself I was keeping things professional, that staying close to Louis was just part of the mission. But the truth, we were becoming friends, real ones. He was also weirdly funny, in that dry blink-and-you-miss-it way. And he could quote MSA videos like they were Shakespeare, which, let's be honest, is a wildly underrated skill.
Why don't they teach those videos in school?
I know, right? Then one afternoon, I saw him slip into a place I didn't even know students were allowed into. The old theater backstage loft. I waited for a moment, then crept in after him. And that's when I saw it. Louis, alone, tucked into the shadows with a battered violin under his chin. Playing. But not just playing, humming too. A soft, steady note that floated above the strings like it was made of air and magic. It was beautiful. Like, make your heart hurt kind of beautiful. And then, before I even knew what was happening, I was crying at music. Me, who knew I could even do that? Unfortunately, he heard my sniffles and looked directly at me.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
What? No, don't apologize.
No, I'm so sorry.
And before I could say anything else, he bolted, like he'd accidentally set the building on fire with a G major chord, and I ran after him. I didn't know you could do that.
No one does. I mean...
I got called into the headmaster's office again.
Miss Idrisi, how are things progressing?
With what? Oh, Louis? Yep. He's just a totally normal guy. Nothing to see here. Definitely not emotionally gifted to the point of concern, if that's what you're wondering.
I understand the two of you have become quite close.
What? No,
I'm the headmaster, Layla. I know exactly what happens around here. You do know about the incident involving his brother, right?
I tensed up. This was going deeper than I ever could have thought.
He blames himself. He hasn't spoken about it to anyone. His parents tried everything to help him out, got him the best therapists in the world. Nothing worked. But we believe his silence is part of the problem. When he plays, he connects. He releases what he's been holding in. Now, suppressing a gift like his is not healthy, especially when it's tied to guilt. Now, that's where you come in. You need to help him heal, Layla. There's a gala next month. Nothing flashy, just a showcase of student work, a safe space. If Lewis were to play again, even just one song, it might be the first step back to himself.
Convincing the quietest kid in the universe to sing at a fancy fundraiser? No pressure or anything. I found Lewis in his usual spot, tucked behind the music building, sitting on a chipped concrete ledge that overlooked the soccer field.
Want one? The cafeteria throws them out a day before they expire. Still perfectly fine, just no longer worth the shelf space.
Wait, what? That's like a criminal amount of food waste. Someone needs to stage a protest.
You know what you should join? The Social Activism Club. They'd love you.
Yeah, well, not sure I have time for that given my assignment.
Assignment?
Assignments. Like school assignments, homework, tests. Never mind. Anyway, you know what you should join? The roster of performers at the annual gala.
Oh, no,
Come on, I heard you play yesterday. It was—
I said no, Layla. Sorry, it's just not my thing. I should go.
But for a while, I kept trying, subtly. Isn't it weird how the word gala rhymes with voila, like a big performance reveal?
Sure.
But it was hopeless. I could feel my future as CEO of a Dracy Tech slipping through my fingers. I'd already burned through every other school worth mentioning, and the headmaster had made it clear, screw this up, and I was done for good. And if that happened, my parents would never forgive me, so I felt like I had no choice but to do the ultimate betrayal. I signed him up for the gala anyway, and then I told the headmaster that Lewis had agreed to play. Next thing I knew, Lewis wasn't just on the schedule, he was the centerpiece. They printed his name on the flyers and announced it in assembly. Was it manipulative? Yes. Did I feel bad? Also yes. But it was for his own good, right? I mean, he had to break out of his shell eventually, right? Unfortunately, he didn't see it that way.
How could you do this to me?
Do what?
Oh, please. You think just because I don't talk much means I'm stupid? I know it was you who signed me up for the gala. Thanks for reminding me why I don't trust anyone.
I'd done the opposite of what I was trying to do. He wasn't coming out of his shell. It was burrowing deeper in, thanks to me. So I went to the headmaster's office, rehearsing my confession in my head. How I'd pushed Lewis too far, how I'd betrayed his trust. That maybe I wasn't the right person to help him overcome his dark past. But when I reached the door, it was already cracked open. And what I heard made me freeze.
Everything's right on schedule. The boy plays his little melancholy solo. The audience tears up and boom, 50s, no hundreds, no thousands of dollars fall into our laps. Easy peasy. And yes, you'll get your 50% as agreed.
I couldn't believe my ears. He didn't want to help Lewis. He was using him for profit, and I was just a pawn in his scheme. But I'm not a pawn, or one of those horse thingies. I was gonna show him who he was really messing with. A queen. Chess club stuff. I sprinted to find Lewis, who was sitting alone, as expected. Lewis!
What do you want?
Well, first off, to apologize. I never should have signed you up for the gala. But honestly, I swear to you, I only wanted to help.
I didn't ask for help. Why does everyone keep trying to fix me? What if I'm not broken? What if I just want to be left alone?
You have every right to feel that way.
Then why are you here?
Because something's not right. I overheard Headmaster Quinlan on the phone. He's not trying to help you. He's using you. The gala is just a cash grab, and your solo's the tearjerker. That's the plan. You suffer, and they get paid. I expected him to explode the way I was about to, but to my surprise, he didn't get angry. I guess he was too broken to even react.
Of course, that tracks.
I thought I was pushing you towards something good, but I got so caught up in juggling my own problems and trying to do the right thing that I guess I never asked what you wanted.
Yeah, no one ever does.
I'm so sorry, Louis.
You know, when I first met you, something clicked in me, and I played something different.
What do you mean? Can I hear it? He didn't say a word, but the way he looked at me hit me harder than any note ever could. No audience, no gala, just me, I promise. To my surprise, he picked up his violin. I braced myself for another emotional gut punch, but what came out wasn't heavy or sad. It was light, and suddenly, so was I. I was grinning like an idiot, flooded with the kind of hope I hadn't felt since before I got kicked out of my first fancy school, back when I still believed the world could change. And then, through my joy, I blurted, "Louis!"
Oh, you hated it, huh?
Hated it? I've never felt so amazing in my life! Look, I know I can't get you out of performing anymore, but that doesn't mean you have to fall into their trap. If you played like that, you'll be making people feel good, including yourself. He gave me the smallest smile and left without a word, but I could tell something was shifting in him. On the night of the gala, I had no clue what to expect. Either the one person in my life I truly cared about gets exploited and traumatized even further, or he goes off script and reclaims his story, which meant I was probably getting expelled again. And then, just when I thought my bundle of nerves couldn't get more twisted, I spotted them in the audience. My parents. Guys, what are you doing here?
Layla, look at you. Still enrolled. How nice.
Come sit. We saved you a seat. We hear you're close with tonight's little prodigy.
If getting expelled was my worst case scenario, then watching my parents' live reaction to it was the apocalypse. But as Louis made his way onto the stage, he looked unchanged in a way that made me sad. It was like the spotlight was too hot and had shriveled him back into the broken boy they all expected. And sure enough, a sad melody followed suit. As I looked around, I could see the audience tearing up, dabbing eyes, sniffles everywhere. And right on cue, Headmaster Quinlan started slinking between rows, smiling and collecting checks like it was church. As I watched Louis crumble, I expected, as always, for my body to move before my mind had a chance to think. But for once, I paused. It was my decision now. I could sit there and be the good girl everyone wanted me to be, or I could stand up and be me. You're amazing, Louis! I believe in you! Louis froze mid-note. As the wealthiest people in the country stared me down, I still stood firm. And then, like he just remembered who he was, Louis's lips twitched into a smile. And suddenly, the music changed. It became lighter, happier, and the audience, they forgot all about me. In fact, they actually started dancing. Headmaster Quinlan's donations became an afterthought. And just as I was ready to start joining the dancing...
Layla, what have you done?
Huh? What do you mean?
The donations are stopping. Do you know what that means for the company? This was supposed to be a proof of concept for investors for our latest tech. Emotional music activation. You've ruined it. Make it stop.
And it dawned on me. The person on the other side of the phone call with the headmaster was my father. How do you think you got into this school in the first place? You had one task. Now we'll never be able to convince the board to make you CEO. No, wait, But I couldn't finish the sentence. I looked up at Louis and saw something I almost never saw in myself. True joy. And then I remembered what he'd said to me. No one ever asks what I want. Did I even want to be the CEO of some big tech company? I realized the answer was no. If Louis could find his voice, then maybe I could too. You know what? Fine. Find another CEO.
Layla, you don't mean that.
Stop telling me what I mean. I don't want to be the CEO of Idrizi Tech. I want to work on something that helps people, not manipulate them. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some dancing to do. I walked toward the front of the stage, feeling more alive than I ever had. For a second, Lewis looked up mid-note, and our eyes locked. I didn't know what the future held, but I knew one thing. Unlike so much in our lives, we'd earned this moment. The next Me Too. Turns out, I didn't need a mission to save someone. I just needed to stop chasing who I was supposed to be and finally start choosing who I wanted to be. And maybe, for the first time in forever, that was enough.
It was Mom's birthday. She hadn't been home for so many days, but I'd heard her come home last night. So as soon as it was 9, I rushed to her room with a special breakfast in bed and a card I'd made. I hoped she'd like it and stay longer this time. I pushed open the door of her room and yelled, "Surprise!" But Mom was nowhere to be seen. I checked everywhere, but nothing. I ran to Dad and he said,
"She's not coming back. Forget her."
"Forget her? Forget my mom? Daddy, take me to her. I want Mom." Dad just walked away, leaving me with the nanny, but I stomped my feet and yelled, "If you don't take me to Mom, I'm gonna have the police sue you."
"Oh, all right, fine. You want to go? I'll take you there. I'm moving to London anyway."
With that, he put me in the car and drove me to her new house. As soon as I got out, he drove away. I rang the bell and waited excitedly for Mom to open the door. As soon as she saw me, her eyes welled up with tears. "Mommy, I missed you." But the next minute, she slammed the door in my face. I stood in shock as the door reopened, but this time, it was a man. He was tall and wore glasses and smiled at me kindly.
"You must be Alexis. I'm Brian, your stepfather."
He took me inside saying it was all okay and that Mom was just so happy to see me. Then he left me and went to the other room. A minute later, I heard her yelling, "Send her back, Brian."
"She's just a kid. I'm not sending her anywhere."
I knew I had to do something to change her mind, so I opened the door and went inside. "Mom, Dad left yesterday, so I think you should raise me now, or I will end up in the streets. Not that I mind, but because I have to go to school, I need a home." She looked me dead in the eye. "Do you think I care? I hate kids. I hate you." And with that, she marched away. As I realized for the first time, my mom hated me. I burst into tears and tried to follow her. "Mommy, no. Take me with you." But Brian pulled me into a hug and said,
"It's okay, kiddo. If your dad's gone to London, I'll take care of you. Want to see something really cool you can do on this computer I just got?"
"Hi, my name is Alexis, and after my mom left me, my stepdad became my mom. He spent all his time teaching me 2 things. First is the coolest thing in the world, computer programming. And the second is how to be a tough girl and get back on all the jerks in my life. But before I tell you exactly how, please like and subscribe. Anywho, by the time I was 16, I'd forgotten Mom and even my real dad. In fact, life was as perfect as it could be, until one day when everything came crashing down. I was at school when suddenly all the computers in the computer lab crashed. My teacher was going crazy trying to fix them, but I could tell she was doing it all wrong. Do you want help with it? I think I can fix it.
How could you? I'm the teacher here. I have a degree from Princeton.
But you're doing it wrong. It's obviously malicious software.
You think you can do better? Fine, baby genius. If you mess anything up, I'm flunking you.
Everyone stopped what they were doing and looked at us. Someone muttered, "There goes her straight A's. Why is she such a show-off?" I rolled my eyes as I looked over the computer. Aha! I was right. Within minutes, everyone's screens lit up. I looked at her, thrilled. She'd have to be impressed, right? Wrong. She was glaring angrily at me and yelled, "There's no way you could have fixed it so quickly unless you messed it up in the first place. Are you trying to show me down, idiot? To the principal's office, right now." I had nothing to do with this. You have no idea what you're talking about. Just then, I heard an announcement.
"Alexis, please report to the principal's office immediately."
I sighed and walked out. But as soon as I saw the principal's face, I knew something was very wrong. I'm afraid I have bad news. Your father, stepfather, he is in jail. I stood there in shock. What do you mean? He's always at work at this time.
She got up and hugged me. "Alexis, sweetie, I'm sorry. It's about the case with his son, from what I heard."
That's crazy. I turned and ran home. I knew Brian had a son, Matt, but they hadn't spoken even once in the last 11 years. Matt had sued Brian, claiming that he had ruined his childhood when he left him. And now he'd won the case and Brian was in jail. When I got home and entered the lounge, I bumped into a bunch of kids running around as a man and woman lay on the couch watching TV. "Hey, who are you and what are you doing in my house?" The man laughed.
Your house? This is my dad's house, and now that he's gone, it's mine. You're welcome to stay if you want as a charity case, but don't get your hopes up.
What kind of people are you? Suing your own dad and sending him to jail? You have no mercy.
You have no idea what I've gone through, so shut up or else. Show me some respect or I'll throw you out.
Yeah, of course you'd do that. Why am I not surprised? I mean, you threw out your dad.
Get lost. Now!
The next few months were horrible. Matt and his family were like a pack of wild, idiotic animals. He made me do all the chores just so I could earn my keep. You can't do this, you jerk.
Well, I'm the man of the house now. You'll do whatever I ask you to do, you useless girl.
In your dreams. I went to my room and spent time there working on my computer. And all of this wasn't enough for Matt. He also never allowed my boyfriend Josh to come visit, saying our relationship was a bad influence on his kids. But I let Josh sneak into my room through the window and we spent nights there. And Matt had no idea. Josh was also into programming and it was so romantic. Having him in my life gave me some strength to deal with my jerk stepbrother. Things were going fine until one night, Matt burst into my room and found Josh there. He started yelling at him and kicked him out. Then he looked at me and said,
"That's it. I'm taking this stupid laptop from you. You should be taking care of my kids and not partying with guys. And God knows what else you were doing in my house."
"Who do you think you are? You can't control me, you moron.
Watch me."
He snatched away my laptop and left. That was it. He'd just messed with the wrong girl. I gave one of his daughters a candy and told her to go to Matt's room and get me back my laptop. Later that night, as he was working in his study, I snuck into his room and used my laptop to hack into his. I sent all of his rude messages, gossiping about his boss during a Zoom meeting in front of everyone from his work. Then, just to add insult to injury, I shared a video of him making fun of his boss show up on his screen. Ah, sweet revenge. He barged into my room and stomped on my laptop and smashed it to bits.
"How dare you? You got me fired. Maybe this'll keep you in place."
I started throwing pillows and books and whatever I could get my hands on at him. "Leave my room, right now." That jerk. I had to do something to get a new laptop, so I started working at a local McDonald's. A month later, when I got my first paycheck, I ran straight to the computer shop. I was beyond happy as I walked home. Just then, something caught my eye in the candy shop. A lotto announcement. Ugh, these lame shows. I looked at the dollar in my pocket, so I thought, why not? I went in and bought a ticket. When I got home, I ran to my room, hid the ticket, and opened up my laptop. And the first thing I did on it was hack that lotto company's website, and I knew just what to do. Little did I know that at that very moment, a little devil was hiding under my bed. After dinner, as I headed to my room, I heard the lotto numbers being announced. I ran to my room to get the ticket, but stopped short. My drawer was open, and the ticket was gone. I ran back and found Matt jumping up and down with a ticket in his hand.
"I'm rich! Babe, I'm rich! I won $500K!
He grabbed his wife and twirled her around. "Yes, we are, babe!" What were they going on about? "Hey, that's my ticket. Give it back." I tried to snatch it from him, but to no success.
"You can't go around hiding things from me in my own house. This money is mine." "I'm your legal guardian, remember?"
"I will make sure you regret this." I stormed off to my room. I had to think of something. And then it came to me. I created a website and named it Jerk Brothers, where anyone could order a hairspray for their jerk brothers, but it was a paint spray that needed days to go away. I told people it was a joke and nothing would be sent because, of course, I didn't have the money to do that. But people went crazy about this website, and I received hundreds of orders in the first week. The website got so popular because of its simple creative idea. One company offered to buy it for $75,000. I agreed and got the money. Soon after, some companies offered me a job, and I started working with one from home. My brother didn't interfere. He was too busy spending the lotto money. One day, he barged into my room and was being way too sweet to me. Hey, my lovely, lovely stepsister. You make my life fun like a game of Twister. Make more money and make me happier. If not, I promise, I will show you real anger. What's wrong with you? Listen, you don't live in my house for free, and you're using it like an office, so you have to pay the rent every month, or find yourself another place. Sure, I will. I called Josh and moved into his basement. His parents were nice to me, and they didn't ask for money or anything. I continued going to school as usual, and I got 3 scholarships. Josh and I agreed to apply for Michigan State University. On the day we were supposed to leave for university, someone knocked on the door. It was my stepbrother. He started crying and begging me to help him out. I can't find a job. No one wants to hire me since the incident. Please help me out. You're my only sister. I need to feed my kids. I knew he didn't deserve my sympathy after everything he did to me, but I loved his daughters. So I agreed to give them a monthly payment to help him out. He leaned in to kiss my hand, but I pulled it away. Please, there's no need for this. I only have one request. Please get Brian out of prison. He nodded his head. Sure, I will. I swear. Thank you. You're a good person. Thank you. And then I left with Josh. 5 years later, and now I'm a programming instructor at my dream university. In 2 weeks, I'm going to get married to Josh, and the man who is going to walk me down the aisle is Brian. I will never forget him and what he always taught me. Humanity, knowledge, and science are more important than money.
Hey friends, I'm January from Seoul, and I'm a huge K-pop fan. I mean, who isn't? But I'm a super fan. Now, before I tell you my story, please like and subscribe. My parents were super cool lawyers, but they weren't the coolest parents. They were so overprotective about me just because I was born premature. Like I was fine now, get over it. But no.
No bicycle. It's the most dangerous ride.
No dancing in the rain, you'll catch a cold.
No, stay away from that puppy. It's full of germs and dirt.
Sleepover?
No, never. What if you get kidnapped or something?
I nicknamed them Mr. No and Mrs. Never. Growing up, K-pop was my only escape. I was crazy about K-pop bands. 2NE1, Girls' Generation, Big Bang. And then Dream was launched. As soon as I heard their first song, I was obsessed. And it was because of Dream I found my best friend. It all happened when I ended up wearing the same t-shirt as a guy on my first day in 8th grade. Whoa, I guess great minds really do think alike. Hello, Dreamer.
Greetings, my twin.
Ashton and I instantly bonded. We even built a fan page for Dream, which exploded faster than a popcorn kernel in a microwave, pulling in thousands of fans. One time in our senior year, some bullies started making fun of the K-pop posters on our lockers.
Are you two still in middle school, obsessing over K-pop groups? You both are so lame, says the guy who cried in gym last week because his girlfriend was ignoring him. You little, I told you to keep your mouth shut. Now look what you made me do.
With that, the bully ripped down the posters, and I lost it. I tackled him to the ground and pulled his hair hard. Right then, the gym teacher saw us and took us to the principal, and I got suspended. My parents were furious and blamed my obsession with Dream for it.
You're not allowed to listen to that band's songs anymore. The lead singer, Tanya, she's a bad role model for kids. Just last week, I saw on the news how she slapped one of her bandmates during a concert.
What does that have to do with me being suspended?
You get so crazy over these K-pop bands. We've decided that after your behavior, we can't allow you to go to the Dream concert happening this weekend. We weren't too keen to send you in such a crazy crowd anyway. You're grounded.
And then, Mom tore up my concert tickets. No. Oh my God, what did you do? I hate you both. I stormed off to my room, my blood boiling. I called Ashton and told him everything, and he promised to find a way for us to attend. On the night of the concert, just when I'd lost all hope, Ashton came to my room through the window with tickets in his hand. OMG! How did you manage to get them last minute? They must have cost a lot. Don't tell me you took the money from that piggy bank, the one you started back in kindergarten?
Desperate times call for desperate measures. Plus, it's totally worth it. I got us special meet and greet tickets too. I'm so excited.
Me too! My heart raced as we sneaked out and ran to the venue. But at the concert, the band's performance seemed really off. They weren't harmonizing and even kept bumping into each other. And then suddenly, Tanya smashed her guitar on stage, and her bandmates looked
really frustrated. She can be such a drama queen.
Hey, you know I adore Tanya, but that's the truth.
After the concert, Ashton and I went for the meet and greet, but it turned out the band had canceled it. And suddenly, the fans got angry and went wild. They started running backstage, demanding to see the band members they had paid to meet. Chaos erupted, and fans, including Ashton, were grabbed by the guards. I ran and sneaked into a nearby van and hid under the seat. If they caught me and made me call my parents, it would be catastrophic. Moments later, the van door swung open, revealing a fuming Tanya. Ugh, the show was a mess. The bands turned against me. Ugh, they were so rude. As Tanya was climbing into the back of the van, I began to creep out from under the seat to escape, but Tanya saw me. Aha! Caught you. I'm calling security. No, please, look, I was part of the fans lined up for the meet and greet before things got crazy. I didn't want to cancel that. The band messed up. It's okay. I gotta go. No, nothing is okay. You know how tiring my life is? I'm exhausted with all these contracts, producers, and shows. I have no friends, my bandmates hate me, and now probably my fans too. I just need a break, but I can't even have that because the paparazzi are always on my butt. Hey, you're Tanya, a superstar. Ignore the haters and take that break. Run away for a while. Like it's that easy. But maybe I could run away. Hey, how about with you? Oh, no, that's not what I meant. That's a terrible idea. You stay right here. Bye. I rushed home before my parents noticed I was gone. I sent Ashton a text to let him know, crawled into my room through the window, and jumped into bed. But moments later, Tanya came in through the window too. You followed me? Why? I have nowhere else to go. Let me stay, please. Just then, Mom knocked on my door. I pushed Tanya into my messy closet and opened the door.
January, I heard something.
Achoo! You probably just heard me sneezing. Now, good night.
Why are your clothes lying on the floor outside your cupboard? And how many times should I tell you to separate your underwear and keep them in the drawer? And why are you sleeping in the shirt I got you on your birthday? Gosh, your room smells like stinky socks.
Mom, please, can you get off my back for once?
I know you're upset because we didn't let you go to the concert, but that's no way to talk to—
Good. I really don't want to talk right now. Good night. Once Mom left, Tanya jumped out of the wardrobe. OMG. Seriously? Your mom is so annoying. She reminds me of my nag manager. That's kinda rude. No, what's rude is that no one lets us have any freedom. We should have our fun without anyone breathing down our necks. Yeah, I guess you're right. Let's talk tomorrow. I need my beauty sleep. Saying that, she took the bed and made me sleep on the couch. The next morning, news of Tanya's disappearance was making headlines everywhere, and the police were on the lookout for her all over the city. Did you see this? Yeah, I love it. Fans and bandmates are worried sick. Tell everyone you're all right. Nah, people don't appreciate what they have till they lose it. Let everyone miss me a bit longer. Now, let's go out and have some fun. Of course, you'll have to arrange a disguise for me. But I have school. Skip it. Well, I did have a K-pop star asking me to spend a day with her, so yeah. I skipped school, made sure Tanya was unrecognizable, and then we went to the mall. While we were window shopping, we passed by a kid who was about to eat his ice cream, and Tanya stopped short. I want that. Okay, I can buy you some. No. I want that. His ice cream. It's the perfect ratio of chocolate to vanilla with my favorite toppings and sprinkles. Now here, boy, gimme it. I'm Tanya, the superstar. The boy refused to part with his ice cream and started yelling. Then Tanya knocked it out of his hand to the ground, grabbed me, and told me to run. What the heck was that? And are you trying to get attention by telling people who you are? Who would believe some stupid kid? Come on, let's check out some makeup. At Sephora, a sales girl was a bit rude to me, so Tanya messed up the arrangement of all the products on the shelves while the sales girl wasn't looking, then casually walked out. We both snickered as we saw her from outside, looking angry and confused at the mess. As we walked past a shoe store, I spotted these shoes I'd been eyeing for ages. You like those? Yeah, Mom won't get them for me because they're too expensive. Let's try them on. I tried on the shoes and they fit perfectly. They look amazing on you. You're taking them. Come on, the salesmen are busy. Just walk out casually and confidently. But no buts. Even though I felt super scared, Tanya convinced me to walk out of the store with them. I didn't realize I'd been holding my breath till we were on the other end of the mall. This is so wrong. Tanya, you're crazy. But I'm fun, right? I can't believe I'm saying this, but yeah, you're really fun too. This was quite a thrill. The next day, Tanya made me skip school again, and this time I had a genius idea. I blindfolded Ashton and brought him to my room, and he nearly fell back in shock when he saw Tanya. Ashton? Say something!
I'm just trying to work out why Tanya is here with you. Someone pinch me or punch me. I must be hallucinating.
Is he your boyfriend? He's such a weirdo. For the next few days, Ashton was like a love-struck puppy with Tanya. She seemed annoyed by him at first, but soon, she seemed to be enjoying his endless compliments and warmed up to him. And together, the three of us had the best week. But then, my parents got a letter from school about my week-long absence.
What is this? Where have you been going, January?
Are you in some kind of trouble? Mixing with the wrong kind of crowd? Are you on drugs? You guys are always expecting the worst from me. I feel like I'm trapped with you both. Just let me live my life. I ran to my room and closed the door, and Tanya and Ashton were already there through the window. As I cried, Ashton hugged me tight.
I know they can be harsh, but they're probably just worried.
Worried? Are you kidding me? They're just control freaks. Some people just love to boss around others.
No, they care about her.
She's right. It seems like their only goal is to control my life. And if you want to defend them, Ashton, I don't want to hear it. You're supposed to be 100% on my side.
Of course I am, but
just go, please. After Ashton left, Tanya listened sympathetically as I let out all my frustrations. Then we both decided to forget all about being good girls. I was almost 18. It was time to act my age. The next day, my folks dropped me off at school, clueless about my plan. I ditched classes and hit the local tattoo parlor with Tanya. But once we got there, I felt scared. It looks painful. Oh, come on. Nothing screams I don't care more than a tattoo. I'm not sure about this. Scaredy cat. Fine. How about a piercing then? I thought I was getting my ears pierced, but Tanya dared me to get a belly button piercing. I didn't want her to brand me a coward again, so I agreed. To my surprise, I kinda loved it. That's my girl, taking control of your life. Hell yeah! Tanya kept extending her stay, and I was happy about it. We were having a blast together, and I really wished Ashton was still hanging out with us, but he never replied to any of my texts and even blocked me on social media. One day, as Tanya and I were out at the mall, she went to the bathroom. I was sitting alone when I heard a familiar voice.
Can I sit here?
What do you want?
I've really missed you these past few days.
Have you? You didn't try to call me or message me, and even blocked me on social media. So petty.
What? I got messages from you to stay away.
I was so shocked when Ashton showed me those texts, but I'd never sent them. And guess what? It turned out Ashton's number on social media was blocked from my side, but I was 100% sure I never did that either. How is this possible?
Isn't it obvious? It's Tanya. She's playing some sick games. I could never stop being your friend. And Tanya keeps saying your parents are controlling, but she's been manipulating you herself all along.
Just then, Tanya appeared, looking furious. Don't listen to him, January. He's lying. Why would he lie? Oh, please. He's crazy. Can't you see how he looks at you? He's like some psycho lover, completely obsessed with you. He even admitted it to me, and I had to tell him that you're not interested, which totally pissed him off. I saved you from that jerk, trust me. You don't need him keeping you down and suffocating you with his possessiveness. I turned to Ashton, totally horrified. Ashton, you really have feelings for me?
That's the truth. My heart belongs to you, January, and I can't stand anyone getting close to you. You're like a drug to me.
Okay, I can't do this. This is ridiculous. Huh? What's so ridiculous? Look, Tanya, I'm a big fan, but Ashton being obsessed with me is stupid. I know my BFF inside out, and you tried to come between us. You are no longer welcome in my house, so please leave today. And I hope your band members do kick you out, because really, you are not a very nice person. Tanya stared at us, screamed in frustration, and stormed off. Ashton and I just high-fived and hugged. We walked back home. But there, we were in for a surprise. There were cops everywhere.
January, Ashton, you're under arrest for kidnapping Tanya.
What the what? My parents weren't home, and Ashton had no choice but to let ourselves be taken away in the police car. Oh gosh, they were gonna kill me when they found out everything. I was ready for the shouting of a lifetime when Mom and Dad reached the station, but they turned angrily to the police instead.
How dare you arrest our daughter and her friend? Seriously? You have them behind bars without evidence?
My parents were pretty good at being lawyers, and in no time, we were out of there. I told my parents everything, and they both hugged me. Mom, Dad, I should have come to you and told you Tanya was hiding out in my room.
No, I think this is our fault. We've always been so strict with you, you probably didn't feel comfortable coming to us and talking about it.
But we promised you, from now on, we won't be so strict. We will let you learn from your own experiences. It's how you become a better judge of character, too. And no matter what, we'll always have your back. The next day, there was a media frenzy outside my house. Turns out, Tanya had given an interview to TV
TMZ about how she was kidnapped by psycho fans, and now the public wanted a piece of us. I knew I just had to confront that two-faced diva once. A couple of days later, Ashton and I found out from Tanya's Instagram stories that she was at a salon getting a manicure, so we rushed there and surrounded her. I treated you like a friend, gave you a place to stay, and this is how you repay me? By telling everyone I kidnapped you?
Why would you lie, Tanya?
Why do you think so? I needed to be the center of attention. Sweetie, no publicity is bad publicity. I'm all over the news these days. I have public sympathy because I was the victim of a fan kidnapping. Plus, it was awesome manipulating you. It took my mind off of other things, like you were literally a puppet in my hand. Anyway, now my stupid bandmates wouldn't dare kick me out either since I've already gone through so much. Go away now and let me enjoy my manicure in peace. I'll make you pay, Tanya. Yeah, like people will believe you over me. Don't embarrass yourself, January. Just leave. Or I'll spin some other lie and get you both arrested for good. Right then, Ashton and I started giggling, and he showed her his phone.
Oh yeah, say hi to your fans, Tanya.
We've been live for quite some time on your fan page. Just like that, everything was over for Tanya. Once the media found out the truth, she got kicked out of the band, and her fans turned against her. Next, she was canceled on Twitter. Then, my parents sued her for defamation and won the case too. The brat deserved it. Dream found an amazing new lead singer, and Ashton and I are still diehard fans. Don't let anyone manipulate you. Be your own boss. Hi, my name is Irina, and I'm from Moldova. Please like and subscribe. I was born to poor parents. My dad worked as a janitor, and mom was a maid in a rich family's house. And no matter how hard they worked, they always seemed to be struggling for money. Once when I was 4, our landlord barged in and threatened to throw us out for not paying rent on time.
Please, just give me a week. Irina fell ill this month, and we had to spend money on her medicines. I promise, I'll pay the rent soon.
Just then, the landlord's eyes fell on the silver chain Mom was wearing.
Why don't you give me that chain till you arrange the money?
Mom reluctantly took it off and gave it to him. It was the only jewelry she had, and I was so angry she had to give it away.
Dad, I'll go to work with Mommy and we'll get some extra money. You can use that to pay the rent.
Dad hugged me and kissed my forehead.
I'm so sorry, my love. I promise, things will get better.
But they never did. We kept living under the curse of poverty. I hate poverty. Poverty is ugly. I often wondered why we were poor while other people were rich. In fact, as a child, I had a really inquisitive mind, and I always had a lot of questions about everything.
Mom, why is a rose red but leaves green? How many stars are there in the sky? Who tells the sea to stop on the shore? Why are my eyes different from yours?
I had really unique amber eyes, unlike anyone in my family or even our town. Sometimes complete strangers stopped by to give me compliments on my eye color and my thick brown hair that Mom oiled every week. But she never went to school, so obviously she didn't have answers for me. I was really excited when I turned 5 and joined the public school. It was my happy place. When I was in 8th grade, a cute boy named Thomas joined our school. He had long hair that kept falling into his eyes, and his smile was gorgeous. I had a huge crush on him. A few days later, it was his birthday, and he invited the whole class to the party. I was so excited that as soon as I reached home, I told Mom I wanted a new dress. But honey, it's the end of the month. I don't think we have enough. Mom, please. You didn't get me anything for my birthday. Think of it as my birthday present. Mom finally agreed, and we went to a nearby thrift store where I got myself a pretty dress. Then I spent the entire evening making a cool bow tie for Thomas. I was sure he'd look dashing wearing it. The next day when I reached the party, I was shocked to see Thomas's mansion. I had no idea he was so rich. I went in and found him standing in a corner with some girls who weren't from our school. I walked over and handed him the present. Happy birthday, Thomas. The girls suddenly turned to me, looking at me like I was some gross bug.
Who's she, Thomas? Your maid? Where'd you get that dress from? Your grandma's attic?
I could feel myself turning red as they laughed. Just then, Thomas unwrapped my present.
Seriously? You actually thought I'd wear this cheap thing?
And he threw it on the ground and stepped on it as he walked away. Feeling humiliated, I ran away from the party as fast as my trembling legs could take me. That day, I swore to myself that I'd also be rich one day, no matter what. So I studied my butt off to get into university, and soon after I graduated, I landed my first job as a financial analyst in a big company. One day we had a meeting with the boss where I was supposed to make an important presentation. I was nervous because I'd heard that our boss was a no-nonsense man. I was in the elevator rehearsing my presentation when a man in his 30s walked in talking on his phone. He was tall, handsome, and he had kind eyes. He hardly looked my way, but suddenly the elevator came to a standstill and the lights went out, and I panicked. I'm claustrophobic. Please, call security quickly. I need to get out of here.
Hey, relax. The power just went out. It should be back on soon.
And when it turned on a few seconds later, I realized I was standing right next to the man, holding onto his arm for dear life. He also looked down into my eyes, and it felt as if time had stopped. Just then the elevator doors opened and we came out of our trance. I mumbled an apology and rushed to my meeting. Thankfully, the boss hadn't arrived yet. But when he did, my jaw dropped to the ground. It was the elevator guy. He looked a little startled when he saw me, but then he pretended as if we'd never met before. I began my presentation and my ideas impressed everyone, except the boss. He kept shooting question after question at me. By the time he was done, I felt like I was some criminal coming out of interrogation. The next few weeks at the office, he'd just walk by me like I didn't exist. I found out his name was George, and he'd taken over the company from his father when he was just 25. I was sure he was very smart, but so was I, and I was here to prove myself. So when I was asked to present in a meeting again, I worked even harder to make sure everything was perfect. But I just kept finding faults with my figures and statistics, and finally said, I don't think this will work. I need a better plan by next week. I was fuming as he left, and a couple of hours later, I went to his office. Sir, I just rechecked the figures, and they're all correct. I don't know why, but I feel like you just have some problem with me.
And what problem would that be? Maybe your work just isn't good enough?
Well, I'm confident that it is.
I checked your employee file. You didn't go to any top business school in the country. In fact, your university isn't even top 10.
It's what I could afford with a scholarship. Not everyone is just born a millionaire. Sir, I regretted the words as soon as I said them, but I felt too proud to apologize. He got a phone call just then and ran out of there. I was certain I was going to be fired. As I left the office that evening, I was waiting to cross the road when suddenly it started raining. Just as I was about to dash for cover, someone held an umbrella over me, and I looked up to see that it was my boss.
We never finished our conversation. I'm sorry that I offended you.
So then, you're not gonna fire me?
I want to, but not for the reason you think.
What? What do you mean? Suddenly, he took my hand and my heart was racing.
I'm in love with you, Irina. I fell in love that first day in the elevator. I've tried to ignore my feelings and you, but you're all I can think about. And it wouldn't be appropriate to ask an employee to marry me.
I was shocked beyond words. My boss wanted to marry me? I don't know what to say.
I don't need an answer right away. Take your time to think about it.
His kind smile was so reassuring, and on an impulse, I leaned forward and kissed him gently. He dropped his umbrella as he put his arms around me, and we had a perfect first kiss in the rain. I told my parents about it, and they were beyond happy. Irina, this is a match sent from heaven. You'll never have to worry about money in your life again. Although I didn't know too much about George, everyone at the office always spoke highly of him. And yeah, there was an age gap between us, but it didn't bother me. I really liked him. So I said yes, and we got married a week later. My life after marriage was the stuff dreams are made of. George loved me to bits and pampered me with expensive gifts, vacations to exotic places, and every comfort in the world. He even insisted on helping my parents out, and I sent them money every month. Over 5 happy years, we became parents of 2 beautiful girls, Sophia and Kira. Both of them had amber-colored eyes just like me and were super cute. But when Sophia was 3 and Kira was 1, my world came crashing down. George was coming back from a meeting in London when his plane crashed, and I lost him forever. I was absolutely devastated, but I knew I had to stay strong for my girls. A couple of weeks later, I had some unexpected visitors at my doorstep. It was a lady with teenage kids, and she looked mad at me.
Who are you? And what are you doing in my house?
Excuse me?
This is my house. You wish. I'm George's ex-wife and the mother of his children, and now this house belongs to us.
His what? She even went on to show me a copy of his will, and he had indeed left everything to his kids from his first marriage. I couldn't believe it. He'd never even told me about another family, and he hadn't left us anything. I had no choice but to pack my bags and leave with my kids. I moved back to my parents' house since I had nowhere else to go. But my parents had been living off my assistance, and I knew they couldn't feed 3 more mouths. I immediately started looking for work, which was hard because I'd been out of the job market for so long. In my desperation, I took up a job as a receptionist at a small hotel. Mom would take care of Sophia in my absence, but Kira was too clingy. She wouldn't leave me alone at all. So I decided to sneak her into work. The first few days went smoothly, but one day as I was checking in a couple, Kira crawled out from under my desk and went straight to their baby's stroller. Then she plucked the pacifier out of the sleeping baby's mouth and put it into hers. The sleeping baby started crying, and I had to admit the rogue baby was mine. Naturally, I was kicked out. I tried a few more jobs, but nothing worked because no one wanted an employee who came in with a baby. Then one night, I heard Mom crying to Dad. We don't even have money for tomorrow's milk. How are we going to feed the kids? That night, I made a decision that broke my heart into 1,000,000 pieces. I was going to move out of my parents' house and give Kira up for adoption. As much as that killed me as a mother, I just couldn't see my baby struggling with poverty the way I did. With a heavy heart, I took Kira to an adoption home and kissed her goodbye. She was so little. She would probably forget me soon. I asked a colleague if I could stay at her place for a while. She agreed, so I decided to move in with her with Sophia. As I sat down in our new room and started to cry, Sophia came running and put her arms around me.
Mom, don't worry. I'll take care of you, and we'll get Kira back too someday.
A few months later, it was Kira's birthday, and I missed her terribly. So I went to the adoption home, hoping to see her. There, I got to know she'd been adopted by a rich family. I somehow got their address, and when I reached there, I saw they were celebrating her birthday. Kira looked like a little doll all dressed up, and her adoptive parents were gushing over her. I felt so relieved that my child was loved. I'd never be able to give her the life that she was leading here. So I quietly went back. I started doing odd jobs until I finally got hired as a junior accountant in a department store. The store's owner was super impressed with what a fast learner I was. I got quickly promoted as the senior accountant. Over time, I invested in some stocks whose prices shot up drastically in a few months. I used the money to start my own accounting firm, and in the next few years, my firm was one of the best in business. I was rich and successful, and I had Sophia who doted on me. Yet my life felt incomplete without Kira, and Sophia never forgot her either.
Mom, we need to bring Kira back home. We have to find out where she is.
Honey, the adoption center is not willing to tell me anything about Kira's adoptive family. You think I haven't asked already? But Sophia was determined to find her little sister, and one day, she succeeded too. She came to me looking super excited.
Mom, I've got some great news. One of my friend's moms started volunteering at the adoption center where we left Kira. And guess what? She went through the records and gave me this today.
I took the paper she was waving excitedly in front of me. Sure enough, it had Kira's picture and her birth date, along with the details of her adoptive parents.
We finally get to see Kira. We'll be a family again. Let's go to this address and bring her back.
Sophia, it's not that simple. We don't even know if Kira knows she's adopted.
So what?
We can tell her. And what about her adoptive parents? They cared for her all these years. And now we'll just go and ask them to give us our Kira back?
Mom, I don't care. We've waited so long to find out where Kira is. And now we can't just sit and do nothing about it.
Now I had no choice but to tell her that I knew where Kira was all along.
You knew? I've been looking for my sister like a crazy person all this while, and you knew everything and still kept quiet? How could you do that, Mom?
Sophia, please don't be mad at me. I'm already so scared that Kira must hate me for abandoning her. I won't be able to take it if you start hating me too. As my voice broke, Sophia immediately softened and hugged me. I could never hate you, Mom. I've seen everything you had to go through for me. I promise to give you all the happiness you deserve. It was my birthday a week later, and Sophia said she'd reserved a table at my favorite restaurant and asked me to meet her there for dinner. When I reached the restaurant, I spotted Sophia and walked over to her table, but my heart almost stopped when I saw another girl sitting there too. She was around 12, and she was beautiful, with her thick, long hair and amber eyes. Kira, is that you? Kira looked just as stunned to see me. Mom, I found Kira, and I told her everything. She doesn't hate you, okay? She really wanted to see you. And suddenly, all that pain I'd been carrying.
Hi, I'm Hope from Scotland, and this is my story. Please like and subscribe because MSA will give $1,000 to one lucky person in the coming 7 days. When I was little, Mom used to tell me I was a grown-up trapped in a child's body. I was different from my twin sister Faith, a typical sand-eating, jello, sticky kid. From the moment I started kindergarten, I'd help Mom with everything around the house. Laundry, cooking, taking out the trash. My sweet Hope, you're what we call an old soul. But I think I only helped Mom out because I was scared our lives would fall apart if I didn't. My dad lay around the house like a sloth all day, dreaming about becoming a famous actor. I wasn't born to do petty jobs. I'm here to be a great actor, like Michael Jackson.
Dad, Michael Jackson was a singer. Ignore her, Dad. When you become rich and famous, will you take me to Disneyland? And can I have my own castle?
My princess, I'll buy you a dozen castles.
Obviously, Faith was Dad's favorite daughter because she'd fall for all his lies.
When Faith and I were in 6th grade, our parents got divorced. Dad went to the US to fulfill his acting dream. He took Faith with him, while I stayed behind with Mom. Dad hardly kept in touch, and Mom and I missed Faith so much. Mom was also having trouble finding a good job. And then one day, I had a brilliant idea.
Mom, you make amazing cupcakes and cookies. What if you put up a stall at my school carnival next week?
Mom loved the idea, and sure enough, her stall was a huge success. From that day on, Mom set up baking stands at the park, and a few years later, she started her own bakery. But she worked long hours, so I was mostly by myself in the house. When I wasn't doing household chores, I was reading or studying. I was the top of my class at school, but I didn't have many friends. On my 15th birthday, my life took a turn. Dad called us with wild news. Faith is coming back to live with you guys. I'll send her flight details soon. With that, he hung up without even wishing me happy birthday. But Mom was overjoyed, and so was I. It turned out Faith had been living the life of a billionaire. Dad had married a wealthy woman who lived in a palace. They were sending Faith to us on a private jet. When Faith arrived, all she could talk about was America.
I'm already missing the US so much. It's like the coolest country on the planet.
Apparently, Faith also had a filthy rich boyfriend. She was wearing tons of gold jewelry that he'd bought her.
His name is Nate, and he's a junior in high school. He's even flying in to see me soon.
If your life is so great in America, why'd you move here?
I needed some change. I thought the fresh country air would be good for my skin.
Fresh country air? We live in Glasgow, Scotland's largest city. When we reached home, Mom asked me to show Faith around. That's when she saw the trophies I'd won over the years.
OMG!
I see you're still the same nerdy Hope. If nerdy means having top grades, then yeah, I guess.
If I managed to get a C, I'd treat myself to a spa day.
Studying really messes with my brain. The next few days, all Faith did was sleep or watch TikTok videos on her phone while I went to school and did all the chores. I even did her laundry, but apparently that wasn't enough for her.
Iron them for me too. They're wrinkled.
They're wrinkled because you tossed your clothes on the floor. I was basically a 15-year-old mom raising a royal brat. When Mom enrolled Faith at my school, she instantly became popular as this cool bubblegum chewing kid from America. Whenever I was with Faith,
An army of students followed us everywhere. One time, some girls even followed us into the bathroom. She has to pee. Do you want to watch her do that too? Just then, Faith came out of the stall, totally transformed. She'd knotted her shirt way up her waist, exposing a belly piercing and tattoo. And her knee-length skirt was now barely reaching her thighs. Come on, girls. Who wants to take some pictures? The girls queued up for a selfie with Faith. Then they gave her £1 each. What was that? These girls wanted a photo of me when I told them about my tattoo and piercing. And since Mom gives us peanuts for allowance, I thought this would be the cool way to make some money. Mom does the best she can. Why do you have to complain about everything? Why do you always have to play the perfect child? Don't you get bored? Actually, I do. Some days, I want to be just like you, lazing around the house, sleeping like a log, and acting like a jerk. This made Faith so angry that she spat out her bubblegum and was about to stick it in my hair. But I pushed her, and she went flying into one of the cubicles, landing straight into a toilet bowl. Now this is a throne perfect for a spoiled princess like you. Faith and I pretty much ignored each other after that. She spent all her time hanging out with her friends and going to parties every night. And as usual, I was all alone. But on the last day of school, I walked to Mom's bakery and found Faith sitting outside, looking upset. Faith, what's wrong? Hope, I'm a failure. A stupid, dumb failure. I flunked all my classes. I have to repeat the 9th grade. What do you mean you have to repeat the 9th grade? How could you fail all your classes? Don't you see I already feel horrible? Stop judging me for once. I fell silent, and after a moment, I reached down and helped her up. It's not the end of the world, Faith. Come on, let's go in and help Mom out a little. Faith and I helped Mom out all day. Faith was sweating and exhausted, but Mom was overjoyed with the work we did. She offered us both summer jobs. You girls did so well today. And Faith, I think having a job will be good for you. To my surprise, Faith agreed. It took her weeks to get used to working in the kitchen, but after a while, we started having lots of fun. From that day on, Faith and I spent every minute together. I was having more fun and not working as hard. Faith even invited me to her friends' parties. But a couple weeks later, Faith's boyfriend Nate flew in to visit for a few days. He arrived at our house in a limousine with a white horse trotting behind.
I got you your own horse, babe. We can ride him together.
Oh my God, he's perfect! This is so romantic. Where are we going to keep a horse? We don't even have a stable. Faith ignored me and just walked into the house with Nate. I also found out Nate was obnoxious and bragged nonstop.
It's tough being the son of a billionaire. All the girls want is a piece of this. Someone's gonna write my story one day because I'm just too special to be real.
And worst of all, Faith was totally obsessed with him. She would share a chair with him at breakfast and take selfies of them kissing every 5 seconds. I'd started thinking she wasn't all that bad, but she was back to acting as immature as ever and left me working all alone at the bakery. Then one day as I was heading out, I saw Nate standing in the doorway and smiling. Excuse me, I have a job to go to now?
I bet you look adorable in an apron. How about I go with you, beautiful?
Nate leaned in closer and I shoved him away. Get away from me, you creep.
Just one kiss. Faith doesn't have to know.
Faith doesn't have to know what, babe? Faith put her arms around Nate, but I pulled her away. Your sleazy boyfriend just tried to kiss me behind your back. You're funny, Hope. But I know Nate, and boring and nerdy isn't his type. Don't be jealous. You'll have a boyfriend soon, too.
Yeah, don't be jealous, Hope.
Faith and Nate started to leave, but I grabbed Faith's arm. You're such an idiot. I've been at the bakery by myself for the past few days. You have to help out this afternoon. Okay, sis. I'm just taking Nate to the spa and then I'll come back. Yeah, drop your cheating boyfriend off at the spa. Faith ignored me, but did come to the bakery later. I left her alone so I could run to the library and study. But an hour later, I got a call. Hope, come back quickly. The bakery's on fire. I felt as if someone had pulled the ground from under my feet. I immediately called the fire brigade and rushed back. How did this happen? I don't know. I was baking cupcakes, but the batter overflowed, and first the oven caught fire, and then Faith. How stupid can you be? It was an accident. I'm sorry. Just then, Mom arrived on the scene too. The fire brigade managed to put out the fire, but by then, everything was lost. No one had dinner that night. Mom's eyes were puffy from crying, but neither Faith nor Nate said a word. It's okay, Mom. We'll build everything again. But it will take months. How am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to send you girls to school? I hugged Mom and stayed with her the whole night, while Faith shut herself up in her room with Nate. Nate was leaving the next afternoon. Before his flight, Faith blindfolded him and led him to our back alley. Ta-da! I bought you a car, babe.
Are you serious? How'd you get me a car?
My dad sends me a huge allowance. I spent all of mine on this car for you. Are you kidding me? That money could have helped pay off damages to Mom's bakery that you burnt down. I ordered the car a month ago and hope the bakery fire was an accident. I already feel horrible about it, but you keep making me feel worse. I don't think you feel bad at all. You never even apologized to Mom. While you were living your perfect, fancy life with Dad, it was really hard for Mom to start her business from scratch. And I always had to be an adult. And you'll always be a spoiled brat who wrecks everything. I spent the next 13 hours studying like crazy. And when I wasn't studying, I tidied my room. I had to get my mind off Faith. And I had to stop worrying about Mom. Finally, at night, Mom came into my room. Sweetie, take a break and relax. How can I relax? We lost the family business in a fire because Faith's an irresponsible lunatic. It's not that simple, Hope. What do you mean? Honey, Faith got diagnosed with bipolar disorder last month. I didn't tell you because I didn't want to worry you. People who are bipolar do crazy things sometimes. Then they get really tired and sometimes even sad. It's why Faith sleeps so much and has trouble doing schoolwork. What? Why would you guys hide that from me? It was her decision. And honey, trust me, Faith feels terrible about the bakery. Go easy on her, okay? That night, I couldn't sleep. Why hadn't Faith told me about her condition? Was I a bad person for getting mad at her? The next day, Faith knocked on my door while I was studying. Mom said she told you about my diagnosis. I'm sorry I kept it a secret from you. I was just so ashamed. But why? Faith, I'm your sister. Yeah, my perfect sister who never makes mistakes or fails at anything. I came back to you guys because Dad and his wife couldn't handle having me around. You don't know what it's like to be a disaster like me. I ran over to hug Faith. I had no idea she'd been suffering, and I'd been so tough on her. Oh, also about Nate, I'm taking back the car from him and giving the money to Mom. I'm so sorry I didn't believe you. I caught him texting with some other girl, too. He's a jerk.
Hi, I'm Kanya. And yes, this is me on top of a skyscraper in Chicago. And that is a massive storm coming in my direction. I was born in Thailand, and my parents divorced when I was just a few months old. Mom left, and Dad raised me on his own. He worked at a very fancy international hotel as part of the waitstaff, and it was a super fun place for a small kid to hang out. I spent days playing in the pool, learning to say hello in a million different languages, and every time I was hungry, I just had to turn my puppy eyes to the cook.
Here, the clients didn't even touch it. They said the salad was too green.
When it was too warm, Dad and I would go to the roof, eat khao lam, and watch the stars.
Wow, they're still bright. It almost looks like it's day.
But the brightest star is sitting beside me.
Aw, Dad.
You'd think I'd miss Mom, but Dad was extra caring. Every morning, Dad made pancakes and braided my hair. He also fought Cook to have first dibs on the hotel's lost and found box. And if there was something super nice, like that shiny pink bag both Cook and I wanted, they ended up pulling each other's hair. I wanted to do something nice for Dad, so when his birthday came up, I broke my piggy bank to get him a present. But I barely had anything. Well, just enough to buy a cheap lottery ticket. It's okay if I don't win. It's the thought that counts. But as the announcer read the lottery numbers, Dad's eyes grew bigger and bigger, and then he let out a loud scream. We had actually won the freaking lottery!
Dad knew his greedy relatives would come after him like bees to honey when they found out about his new wealth. So he decided to move to the US with me, and we settled in Chicago. I was 12, and my life had turned upside down overnight. America was cold, and I wasn't used to Western customs. The first time he took me to a fancy restaurant, there were so many knives, forks, and spoons.
What do you mean I can't eat spaghetti with chopsticks? They're noodles!
But the biggest change was my dad. He invested the money in very successful startups, and we went from being really rich to filthy rich, and we moved into a massive mansion.
Anything you want, you let Sebastian know, and he'll get it for you.
Sebastian was Dad's personal assistant, and he was glued to his side. Every time I wanted to spend time with Dad, Sebastian was there too, tall and serious like a scarecrow in an expensive suit. He even went with us to the amusement park and followed us on the roller coaster.
Does he really have to be here?
Yes, I need him to hold my tie down so it doesn't flap in the pictures.
Gosh, just buy a tie clip. I wanted Sebastian gone. I started giving him impossible tasks, so when he failed, Dad would get rid of him.
Sebastian, I want a copy of the next BTS album, the unpublished one. Sebastian, I want croissants every morning, fresh from Paris.
But Sebastian always delivered. One day, I was stuffing down a box of fried chicken and plotting my next request, when suddenly I started choking on a chicken bone. Sebastian was immediately by my side, performing the Heimlich maneuver till I spat it out. Oh my God, you saved my life.
Just doing my duty, miss.
After that incident, I started warming up to Sebastian, thinking of him as my grumpy guardian angel / fairy godmother. When I started high school, I was nervous about whether my new classmates would like me or make fun of my accent. I'd heard American high schools were brutal, but then I met Diana, a total firecracker.
Oh, you're from Thailand? I've always wanted to see the Festival of Lights.
Yes, it's pretty amazing.
We should totally organize one for our school, right?
Everyone loved the idea. And while building lanterns with my classmates, I also got to make new friends quickly. As we watched the lanterns float into the sky, I was so happy to bring a piece of my culture to my new home. Diana became my partner in crime. She introduced me to a world of karaoke nights, greasy hamburgers, baseball games, and sleepovers. We spilled secrets about our crushes and talked about my upcoming 16th birthday.
You know your dad is planning a massive Sweet 16 party, right?
To be honest, I don't really care about a big party. I'd rather do something meaningful, you know? Sebastian helped me organize a day of volunteering with my friends at the local animal shelter. Dad, however, couldn't help going overboard. He donated a new building to the animal charity, complete with VIP grooming stations. I guess even the three-legged half-blind cats deserve a blowout. And they look great on my TikTok. Here, let's grab a selfie. At the end of the day, Dad rolled in the biggest cake I'd ever seen. But suddenly, he tripped and fell face forward into the cake. After a moment of horrified silence, I started laughing. I guess now everyone knows how sweet you are, Dad. He laughed too, and I hugged him, getting frosting all over myself. Best birthday ever! But the very next day, Dad was dropping me off at school when our limo got surrounded by police cars. An officer handcuffed my dad as half the school watched and recorded videos.
You're under arrest for fraud.
What? That's impossible! As the police took him away, I frantically called Sebastian, but I couldn't get through. Please, pick up, Sebastian. You're the only one who can fix this. Pick up, pick up. When the police released Dad without charges and without money, he told me Sebastian had transferred everything into offshore accounts, disappeared, and left us with a mountain of debts. We weren't the first family he'd stolen from. He was a con man wanted in 17 countries.
This is all my fault. I should have never trusted him.
I have a lot of friends. They'll help us out, Dad. But I was so wrong. And I discovered that at Diana's doorstep.
Wow, you really have some nerve showing up here.
What?
Oh, you thought we could still be friends? Your dad's a criminal, and who knows what you've been up to. Before, you were rich and exotic. Now, you're poor and toxic, so scram.
She tried to slam the door shut, but I pushed her in so hard that she fell on her butt. My dad's not a criminal.
Then he's an idiot who got scammed by a butler.
I left before I ended up punching her stupid face. I couldn't believe I ever thought of that snake as a friend. Luckily, not all of my friends were as horrible. One helped Dad find a job as a night guard, and another let us stay in her uncle's apartment. I moved to a public school, and things were not so bad, except for one thing. The debt collectors. They hounded Dad and even followed me everywhere. One even pretended to be a teacher to get into the school and took my bag. Hey, give me back my bag.
You mean my bag? Where's the money, girl?
Are you stupid enough to think I carry it around in my school bag? Sebastian took everything, and we're broke, you moron!
I don't believe you. Tell your dad to return our money soon, or things are gonna get a lot worse.
Of course, I didn't tell Dad. He was already crushed and looked worried all the time. The only time I saw him smiling was when I sent him a selfie I'd taken of us on our old hotel roof. We didn't have much in Thailand, but we were happy. I just had to remind him that happiness was possible here too, but I didn't know how to do that. But then a few months later, I was working part-time at a coffee shop when I overheard two customers chatting about an upcoming meteorite shower. That's it! Dad loved the stars. If I took a picture of the falling stars, it would remind him of us on the rooftop of the hotel in Thailand. It would cheer him up for sure. Chicago boasted a towering skyscraper, over 100 stories high. The roof, reserved for the top floor hotel clients, was just the spot I needed. On the night of the meteorite shower, I sneaked into the hotel's kitchen wearing a borrowed chef's uniform from work, then went to the Lost and Found. Bingo! I found a perfect fake fur coat and hat. I channeled my inner Paris Hilton and got to the elevators, where a bellhop boy was stationed. He stared at me suspiciously all the way up.
You look familiar. Do I know you from somewhere?
Unlikely. I don't really mingle with the bellhop crowd.
Why? What's wrong with the bellhop crowd?
Oh, nothing at all. I'm sure your family's very proud of you. Your mother must have dreamed of a future for you where you press buttons for a living. He turned away silently, and I hopped out of the elevator as we reached the top. I felt bad that I'd offended him, but I was just selling my rich brat role. The view from the top was amazing, but the wind was incredibly strong. As time passed, it intensified, and a thunderstorm loomed on the horizon. Just as I was about to give up, a multitude of shooting stars lit up the sky. I took countless pictures before running back home, and I burst through the front door. Dad, look! Dad! I stopped short when I saw the whole place had been trashed. I ran into the kitchen where I found a strange woman looking anxious. Who are you? What happened here? And where's my dad? Oh, thank God you're here. Kanya, I'm your mother. What the what now? I didn't even know she was American. I know you don't remember me, but your dad asked me if I could take care of you, so here I am. Excuse me? You're about 16 years too late. I'm sorry. I was so young when you were born, and your dad and I didn't really work out, so I thought leaving was the best solution. I knew he'd take good care of you. You're right. He did a great job, and I want him back. I ran out and called my dad crying.
I'm sorry it has to be this way, sweetie. The debt collectors are getting too dangerous, and I need to draw them away from you, so I'm leaving for good. I love you, and I'll miss you terribly. You have to leave this house immediately and go stay with your mom. And you have to do what she tells you. I may not be able to call or text you again.
No, Dad, wait! But he had already hung up. Dad was gone. And now I had to leave my house and my school and go live with this stranger at the other end of the city. And she forced me to wear a wig and contact lenses to make myself unrecognizable. I did what she said, but I just wasn't ready to accept her as my parent. I made it my life's mission to find Sebastian and make him return our money so Dad could pay off his debts and come home. I started visiting police stations every day, but no officer wanted to help me until I bumped into...
Hey, it's you.
Bellhop boy? You recognize me?
Yeah, your disguise isn't that great. Also, my name's Enzo, and you owe me a tip.
I'm so sorry about that encounter. How about I buy you an apology coffee?
Better make it an extra large.
It turned out that Enzo had started a new job at the police station as an IT assistant, and he recognized me from the viral video about my dad's arrest.
So now you want to catch this Sebastian guy?
Yeah, but I don't know how or where to start.
Let me see if I can dig up some info.
You'll really help me?
Let's say I'm tired of asking. Have you tried switching it off and on again every time something doesn't work around here?
Like a couple of Sherlock Holmes, we started tracking famous rich people's social media accounts because such people were usually Sebastian's targets. He's like a tick, looking for the fattest victim to suck on. But Sebastian was also sly, and he knew the police were on his tracks, so no matter how many pictures we looked at, we couldn't find him. Until one day...
Wait, isn't that him on the yacht with Siley Myrus?
OMG! Yes, even with the mustache, I'd recognize that sleazebag anywhere.
Okay, let's zoom in on the boat name and...
Found him! He's in Greece, posing as a pet masseuse for TikTok canine stars? The next day, I bought a flight to Greece with the last of my savings while Enzo alerted the local police. Together, we descended on Sebastian.
Drop the poodle. You're under arrest.
Give me back my money.
Your disguise is dumb, and I've already gambled all the money away, stupid.
I kicked him in the shin as the police carried him off. I was happy he was caught, but the money was gone. With no chance to pay off our debts, Dad would be on the run forever. That night, I went walking on the beach, and I saw the sky was filled with stars. I took a picture of it and sent it to Dad, but he didn't reply. After I returned to the States, I decided to start mending things with Mom. It wasn't easy, but she was the parent I had now, and I could see how hard she was trying. She even had a box with my baby clothes and pictures that she'd kept all these years. Slowly, we started to get to know each other, and she was really cool. As for Dad, I would send him a new sky picture every night, even though he never replied. He did make me realize I loved taking pictures of the night sky. Enzo, who was still looking for his dream career, was now working at an electronics store. So I asked him if he could find me a good deal on a camera.
Sure, but it'll cost you.
Name your price, Scrooge.
How about a date?
Really? But what if you grow tired of me and dump me? I mean, you change jobs every 2 seconds.
Yeah, but I'm sure dating you won't feel like work.
For our first date, we went back to the skyscraper roof, and I took more night sky pictures. Enzo loved them and suggested I start an astrophotography vlog. And when I won a super fancy prize in a competition, I realized I'd become a professional. I sent Dad the picture of the prize announcement, but like always, he never replied, and I finally accepted that he was never going to. I invited Mom and Enzo to the award ceremony, and I caught her beaming with pride as she admired one of my pictures in the gallery. I'm so sorry I missed your childhood, Kanya. If I could go back, I'd do everything differently. We're together now, Mom, and that's all that matters. I love you. The presenter announced I was the winner, and Enzo walked me to the podium. I dedicate this award to my father, who made me discover my love for the stars. All the pictures I take for you. I miss you. As I stepped off the stage and hugged Mom, I let out a tiny gasp. One of the waiters in the room was smiling brightly at me, and he was unmistakably my dad. He had tears in his eyes as he blew me a kiss and then quietly left. And for the first time in years, I felt truly at peace, knowing Dad was okay and always watching over me. Charlie just stared at her, frozen in his place.
This has to be some sort of joke, right? This doesn't make any sense.
He suddenly looked over at Brianna, who looked pale. His head started spinning.
I need to get out of here.
He threw his headphones aside and started running, but then he tripped and crashed to the floor. Suddenly, Brianna was by his side, helping him up, but he pushed her away and left. Madison and Amber were laughing like hyenas, and then someone put on a song, and they all started dancing again. Brianna marched over to Madison and pulled her aside. How could you do this, Maddie? You said you'd let him down easy.
No, Bree. I said I'd crush him like a bug once he fell for me. And you thought I was brilliant then. What changed?
What changed is that we found out he's a really nice guy. He didn't deserve that.
Not my problem. I wasn't gonna keep dating him just because you suddenly decided to become a humanitarian. Now, please don't create a scene at my party.
Tears stung Brianna's eyes as she remembered Charlie's heartbroken face, and she left immediately. Brianna didn't know how she was going to face Charlie in school the next day, but he didn't show up. He wouldn't reply to any text or call, and he didn't come the entire week.
Yes! I checked, and my private plane is free this weekend. We're going to Tokyo, ladies.
What? Why?
Well, Project Plaything is successfully over, and I promised Amber I'd take her for sushi. Remember?
Right. Well, consider me out of this plan. Brianna walked off, and a smirk spread across Madison's face.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Amber?
If you're thinking about what being stung by a butterfly feels like, then yeah.
No, I mean about Brianna. Why do you think she isn't in any mood to celebrate with us?
Maybe she's racist and doesn't like sushi.
Or maybe she's in love with that trashy Charlie.
Ew, who likes trash?
Looks like our Bree does. Imagine crushing on someone with that social status.
You know, maybe you're right. When we were at the resort, I saw those two sneaking out at 5 in the morning. I had a headache and I went down to look for some gummy bears. They always make me feel better. Maybe Charlie loves her too.
Of course he doesn't. He fell for me, not her. She's pathetic for wanting him.
That evening, Brianna went to the cinema, and she was relieved to find Charlie at the counter. She walked in, her heart pounding. Hey, Charlie. He looked up at her coldly. Can we talk? Do you have a moment? He walked out from behind the counter and went outside, and Brianna followed.
How dare you show up at my workplace and force me to talk to you?
I just need a chance to explain and apologize, please. I know, but then I got to know you, and I didn't want to do it anymore, especially after all those late-night calls.
That was you? So I never talked to Madison on the phone?
No, that was all me, Charlie. And you and I, we have some connection.
What are you talking about? I don't even know you. Just leave me alone. I can't take this anymore.
Charlie sat down against the wall with his head buried in his arms. Just then, his colleague came running out.
He's been having a very hard time. Please, don't make it worse. Just go.
Brianna turned and ran away, her heart about to burst. On Monday, Brianna was sitting on the bleachers during football practice when she suddenly saw Charlie walk onto the field. Oh, thank God, he's back.
Hey, kid, where have you been all week?
I had a family emergency, and I'm quitting the team, sir.
No, Charlie! You're so talented!
I'm sorry, but I have a scholarship to maintain, and it's all I can focus on right now. Thank you for giving me an opportunity, though.
I was expecting you to run off like a scatty little cat soon enough.
No trash talk, Elijah. All right, let's take a break, everyone.
Just then, Madison and Amber came and sat on the bleachers, and Charlie made eye contact with Maddie for a few seconds, then walked off.
Wow, he really looks heartbroken over me. And is it just me, or does Charlie look kinda hot with that broody cold face? He was just too nice before, like a puppy.
Looked like a loser before, looks like a loser now. I just knew you couldn't be dating him for real.
He's twice the guy you'll ever be.
You said something, Brianna?
Yeah, I said, he's twice the guy you'll ever be.
Oh, really? How'd you reach that conclusion?
Well, firstly, he's clearly better than you at football. Secondly, he's definitely smarter than you. Thirdly, he's a pretty cool DJ. And fourth, and most importantly, he's not some arrogant, self-absorbed jerk like you who makes me cringe every time I look at him. There was a stunned silence as everyone stared at Brianna. Elijah forced a grin.
Feisty. I like that. So how about we go on that third date and you can continue talking about me there?
Not even in your dreams. As Brianna started walking off, Elijah blocked her way to tease her, but she suddenly pushed him with unexpected force. He fell down a couple of steps, and his knee hit the ground hard.
What is wrong with you?
Brianna looked just as shocked by what she'd done. At the dinner table, Brianna's dad was cheerfully trying to make conversation, but Brianna seemed lost. Just then, her mom walked in, looking mad.
Brianna, do you just enjoy making my life difficult?
Look, if this is about Elijah...
You pushed him down the bleachers?
He was pestering me, so I just pushed him away. I didn't mean for him to fall.
He's hurt his knee seriously, and he's on bed rest for 2 months. And his mother, my new business partner, is furious. What if she pulls out her investment?
She said it was an accident. Surely his mom would understand.
Well, it's not like Brianna hasn't rejected Elijah or been rude to him before. I don't expect his mom to understand anything.
I don't care what his mom thinks.
Because you don't care about me. I've built everything for you. But no, you'd rather be an actress. And now you're bent upon ruining.
Oh God, I can't have this conversation again. Just because I don't want your company doesn't mean I don't care about you. And stop trying to make me feel bad. If it's any consolation, I feel terrible already. Brianna stormed off with her mom staring after her.
She's always been difficult, but something extra's been going on with her lately. I never thought she'd be violent.
That's an exaggeration. And you never try to actually talk to her.
She doesn't talk to me. I'm going to ask her friends what's up with her.
Charlie had returned to school, but he just kept his head down, talked to no one, and pretended Brianna didn't exist. She kept her distance from him, but she also found excuses to stay away from Amber and Maddie. One day, she was reading in the empty gym during recess when Madison snatched her book.
Come on, Bree, this is getting ridiculous. It's time for an intervention.
What?
We know you're going through something. Even your mom is so worried. I told her you've been avoiding us too. And well, I think I know what the problem is.
You lied to me about your breakup with Charlie, and I'm mad.
But it's not just that, right? I think you have feelings for him.
Yes, I have feelings, because I'm not a robot. And I'm also mad at myself for being a part of this horrible plan. It's making me think about the kind of people we are.
Kind who like to have fun.
We have everything, Maddie. And we decided to pick on the poor orphan who's working hard to support his grandma for fun?
Who the heck cares?
I care. I don't want to be this person, and I don't want to have friends like that either.
So, are you saying you don't want to be a Barbie angel anymore?
Yeah, I don't. And for the record, that's a really stupid name.
Wow, you're so ungrateful. When you came to school as a nobody, I made you one of the most popular girls. And in case you've forgotten, I got you your first audition.
How could I forget? You never let me. Yes, you got me the audition, but I got the role because of my talent, and it's not a good enough reason for me to follow you and do whatever you say anymore. We're done.
Oh, if you think.
Just then, Amber fell to the floor with a thud.
Amber, get up! That's not funny.
But Amber was unresponsive. She'd actually fainted. They immediately rushed her to the hospital, where she regained consciousness, and the doctors ordered some tests.
Oh, my head. It feels like there are 1,000 cactuses inside.
You're gonna be okay. Just go, Brianna. It's not like you care. You made her faint by stressing her out.
You were the one shouting at me.
Please, both of you, shut up.
All of Amber's tests turned out clear. Her parents even sent her reports to the best doctors around the world, but no one could figure out her problem. Meanwhile, her headaches and fainting spells continued. But one day, Brianna's mom brought up something unexpected while visiting Amber.
Someone at work had a back problem, and she swears this healer fixed her after the doctors gave up. I know it sounds a bit ridiculous, but maybe you could try it?
At this point, we'll try anything. Who's this healer?
Well, these girls know her grandson. It's Charlie's grandma. Amber's parents went over to Charlie's house, and they were told she can't see them.
What did you expect? She hates us, of course.
Why is she making this personal? Why won't she help someone if she can?
Look, maybe if we go in there and convince her how sorry we are, she might listen.
Fine.
The three girls went over to Charlie's place one evening, and to their dismay, Charlie opened the door.
What are you doing here?
Don't flatter yourself. We're not here for you. We want to talk to your grandma.
She doesn't have time for people like you. I made that clear before.
Charlie, please, I need your grandma to take a look at me. Something's really wrong with my head.
You got that right.
We're not messing around, really. Amber is suffering, and the doctors can't figure out what's wrong.
Not my problem. You people are rich enough to find someone else. Just leave me and my grandma alone.
Wait, I'll see her.
No, you don't have to do that, Grandma.
Step aside, Charlie.
Charlie stormed off angrily, while Grandma led the girls to her healing room. After Amber described all her symptoms, Grandma made her lie down and prepared her healing herbs, then started a strange ritual on her as the others watched. Once she was done, Grandma made Amber drink some tea.
How do you feel, dear?
I feel good. My head feels lighter, like there was a whale sitting on it before and now it's jumped off. I haven't felt like this in weeks. Thank you, thank you.
Grandma told her to come for 2 more sessions, and the girls got ready to leave. I need to apologize to you for what we did. Maybe you think I'm lying, but I really am sorry. I wish I could take it back.
I don't think you're lying, Brianna. I'll see you girls soon.
After they left, Grandma found Charlie sulking in his room.
You turned away Amber before, too. I wasn't expecting this from you, Charlie.
Why does everyone keep expecting me to be an angel? You know what they did. They're awful.
But it's my duty to heal people, whether they're awful or not. And what they did was wrong. But you have to let go of the anger and move on.
I'm trying, Grandma. I really am. I just feel so stupid. How could I let someone treat me so badly and humiliate me?
It's because you see the good in people.
Yeah, it's called being an idiot.
Don't lose that heart of gold, kid. You'll find the right person one day who will really love you for it.
Charlie decided not to let the spoiled brats get to him anymore. He worked really hard for the midterms, and when the results came, he was at the top of his class.
What are you grinning about, Charlie? Found a golden ticket in a chocolate bar?
Wow, I'm surprised you actually read a book. And I'm just happy about my grades, which have improved since we stopped hanging out together.
Can't talk to me like that. Just because your grandma helped Amber doesn't mean you're anything special. You're still a nobody.
I'd rather not talk to you at all, Madison. And thanks for making it so easy to move on from you. I can't even remember what I liked in the first place.
You go, Charlie. As Charlie walked away, Brianna impulsively called out, "Hey, Charlie, wait!"
What is it?
I just wanted to say thank you to your grandma for helping Amber.
I'm sure you already thanked her.
Yeah, but I was hoping, Charlie, is there no way we could be friends again? We used to get along so well.
But that wasn't real, right? And now I'd never be able to trust a word you say. So yeah, not gonna happen. But really, that was an Oscar-worthy performance. I'm sure you'll have an amazing career as an actress.
After Amber's last session, Brianna wanted to thank Charlie's grandma, so she dropped by his place with some gifts when she knew he'd be working. She was surprised to find the front door already open, and then she gasped when she saw Grandma on the kitchen floor. Oh my God, are you okay?
Brianna, what are you doing here?
What happened?
Shh, not so loud. You have to leave.
What?
Someone broke into the house, and he's upstairs right now. Please. I don't want to put you in danger.
I'm not leaving you. Brianna heard the thief coming down the stairs and quickly locked the kitchen door and called 911. He kept kicking the door, but minutes later, when he heard the police siren, he ran out and escaped.
From your description, he seems like a crazy homeless guy who's been bothering other people too. We'll get him. Did he hurt you, ma'am?
No, I just fell when he pushed me aside. But I'm fine.
We should still get a checkup. I should call Charlie.
Sweetie, he's out of town for a day. Please don't tell him right now.
Well, you can't be here alone for the night.
I'll be just fine.
But Brianna was so persistent that Grandma had to give in. Brianna took her home and made her comfortable in one of the guest rooms.
You should have asked me before inviting your guest. Maybe I would have liked to say no.
Mom, she cured Amber. Letting her stay for one night is a pretty small thing to do. Charlie hurried over to Brianna's house as soon as he was back.
Hey, is Grandma okay? She wasn't hurt, right?
She's completely fine, but she's asleep right now. You can come in and wait.
I'm fine right here.
Charlie sat down on the porch seat, and Brianna turned to go back in.
Wait, I'm sorry. I just want to thank you. Grandma told me on the phone how brave you were and you didn't leave her, and then you brought her here, and you didn't have to, but I'm so grateful. What? Why are you smiling at me like that?
You sound like the old Charlie today, the one who talks too much. I missed him.
Brianna, this doesn't fix everything. I appreciate what you did, but I'm wondering even now why you helped Grandma. Why do you want to be friends with me? Why are you trying all the time to make up for what you did?
Brianna gulped and walked closer to him. There's something I need to get off my chest, so just hear me out, okay? Somehow, getting to know you has changed me, Charlie. You're the sweetest, kindest guy I've ever met, and nothing has ever hurt me more than hurting you. But you know what? It started feeling really bad even when you were still dating Maddie, because I realized that I was falling for you. I know I don't have the right to say that, but I just had to, or I'd explode. And I know you don't feel the same way, and it's okay. But I'm in love with you. That's all. Brianna turned to leave, but suddenly, Charlie took her hand. Hi, I'm Jessica from New Jersey, and I'm invisible. But before I continue, please like and subscribe, and you might find a present in your locker. When my mom was young, she was the most beautiful girl in town. She was prom queen, lead cheerleader, and most likely to succeed. When she graduated from high school, she married her high school sweetheart, the smartest boy in school. But everything changed when she had me. She gave up on her dream to become a model, and my father was so focused on his studies that they argued constantly and struggled to pay rent. Then one day, my dad was gone. My mom was so angry that he left, and it didn't help that I looked just like him and liked to play with the science and math books he left behind.
Play with your dolls like a normal girl. Those books will rot your brain.
Then my mom married my stepfather, and on my 3rd birthday, my little brother Shane was born. They fell in love with Shane at first sight. They turned my room into a nursery and shifted me to the attic. And from then on, I was invisible. On my 7th birthday, my parents threw Shane and I a huge birthday party, and they forgot to put my name on the cake. One day, I built a robot from spare parts around the house, but then Shane walked in and told my parents he'd made captain of his Little League football team. My parents were so excited for Shane that they rushed out to celebrate and didn't even notice they'd left without me. Shane was athletic and a great dancer, and like my parents, he looked like he stepped out of a fashion magazine. The 3 of them spent all day posing in the mirror and taking selfies.
You are so beautiful, honey.
I know. Be it darling, Jessica. Hold up the light. But when my parents weren't looking, Shane made it his mission to make my life miserable. One day, he switched my shampoo with food coloring.
Ha! You look like a pumpkin.
Another time, he ran around the house like a maniac and knocked over my mom's favorite vase. Just did it. He opened a carton of milk and poured it on the floor. I tried to stop her. He cut up all my stepdad's ties and threw them under the bed. Shane did this. I saw him do it. But every time, my parents punished me and rewarded Shane. When I was 12, I won the school spelling bee. Look, Dad, I got a medal.
For spelling words? Oh, that's so boring.
I won 1st place in the Math Olympics.
Math is for losers.
No, it's not. I told you, Jess is a nerd.
There are 2 kinds of people, Jess. Winners like us and losers like your deadbeat dad. Your dad was a nerd. He studied all the time and almost ruined our lives. Try to be more like your brother. He can teach you a thing or two.
Shane's a jerk. He's as dumb as a bag of rocks. He bullies other kids, and he can barely spell his own name. And nerds aren't losers, they're smart. Smart people invented your cell phones, designed this house, and the fancy cars you drive. After that, my parents hid my books and forbade me from studying in the house. They even grounded me when I brought home straight A's on my report card.
It's for your own good.
This is ridiculous. When I was 15, I secretly entered a national science competition. If I won, I'd get a huge college scholarship and my face would be all over the news. Then it would be impossible for my parents to ignore me, and they'd finally see the value in being smart. I shut myself in my room for days as I worked on my project.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Mom, Dad, Jess is doing science for fun.
The day of the science fair came and I'd made it to the final round. But as the judges came by to look at my project, something went horribly wrong.
Why is that thing smoking?
It's fine. Everything's fine. I just need to adjust the settings. I tried to fix it, but then suddenly my project caught fire. Everyone ran screaming out of the building. The fire brigade put the fire out, but the building and all the projects were ruined. I was banned from the competition for life. And the next day, my parents got a letter demanding payment for the damages. My parents were pissed. They were already spending a fortune on Shane's fencing lessons, acting classes, and private football coaching.
What were you thinking?
I just wanted you to be proud of me for once. I wanted you to see me.
Well, we see you now, and you're a disappointment. Why can't you be more like Shane?
And we're not paying for this young lady. It's time you learn some responsibility. My mom told me to get a job to pay the bill. Well, I'd show them. I'd pay for the damages, and then save up money for college and leave this family for good. A week later, I walked into a weird store that sold scented candles and crystals, and a cute boy named Zach appeared out of nowhere and grabbed my hand.
Your aura is magnetic. You're a diamond in the rough.
Really?
Yeah, and everything in the store is 20% off.
I don't have any money. Zach dropped my hand instantly and walked off. Then the owner of the store came up to me.
Can you start tomorrow?
I accepted the job. Zach and I worked the same shifts. I loved listening to him speak to the customers. His voice was silky smooth, and he looked like a Greek statue come to life. One day, he caught me staring.
What are you looking at?
I was just,
You mind getting back to work?
Another time, I wore a fancy dress, a pair of high heels, and some lipstick to work to get his attention. He and a bunch of customers gave me strange looks my whole shift. Then I spotted myself in the mirror. There was toilet paper on my shoe and lipstick all over my teeth. A week later, I was riding the bus to work, and I saw Zach in the seat across from me struggling with a math problem. So, what are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing?
Do you need some help?
Why would I want your help? You're only in high school. I'm in college.
I'm really good at math. It's kind of like my superpower. I'm already taking classes at a college level. Zach sat next to me and handed me the math book. My heart skipped a beat when his hand brushed against mine. I solved the problem in less than a minute.
Wow, you really are smart.
We could study together. Maybe get something to eat too? Like a date, but with books.
A date?
Oh God, did I just ask Zach out? Sorry, never mind. Just joking.
You think dating me is a joke?
No,
I'm messing with you, Jess. A date with books? Sounds cool.
We went to the library and studied for hours. Zach was charming and sweet, and we had so much in common. We liked the same video games and MSA videos. One night, he told me that he felt just as invisible as I did in high school.
I didn't have anything in common with all those rich kids from class. All they talked about was their money and their cars. I couldn't afford any of that, and I wasn't interested. So I kept to myself. I still do.
Do you ever get lonely?
Not anymore. I've got you.
One night, I was studying on the porch, and Shane spit a spitball at my head.
What's up with you? You're acting strange.
What do you mean?
It's your face. There's something wrong with it.
No, there isn't.
You're smiling. You never smile.
Then my cell phone rang. It was Zach, and I quickly silenced my phone.
You're blushing. Who was that?
None of your business.
OMG, you have a boyfriend?
Shane ran off and told my parents.
That's amazing. We were so worried about you, sweetie. Being a lonely nerd just isn't healthy. But she's so weird and boring. Who'd want to date her?
Be nice to your sister. She's finally done something worth celebrating. They insisted that I invite Zach over for dinner, so I reluctantly did. Wow, these are nice. You didn't need to bring anything.
I'm meeting my girlfriend's parents for the first time.
Your girlfriend?
We've been dating for a few months now. I kind of figured we were. If I'm wrong, then...
You're not wrong. Zach pulled me close and kissed me, and I almost melted. When we walked in, Shane and my parents were already at the table. The moment they looked at Zach, all three of them gasped.
What is he doing here?
This is Zach. He's my boyfriend.
I should leave.
No, don't be silly. You just got here. I pulled Zach to the table and we sat down. We ate in silence as Shane gave Zach death glares the whole time. My parents weren't much better. Every few minutes, they'd glance at me and Zach and then whisper amongst themselves. I couldn't stand it. I'd finally found someone that cared about me, and my family was trying to drive him away? What's the problem? Why are you all acting so crazy?
Your boyfriend's a jerk and a liar.
He's using you to hurt us.
And Jess is a dumb loser. She fell for it.
What?
If I knew Jess was related to this toxic family, I would have stayed miles away from her.
Then Zach left. I tried to go after him, but my father grabbed my arm.
Let him go. You shouldn't have brought that trash into this house.
I can't say I'm surprised that you fell for his lies. You've never been good at making smart decisions. When will you stop disappointing this family? My parents demanded that I never speak to Zach again. They wouldn't tell me what Zach had done, no matter how much I begged, and just shut themselves up in their rooms. The next day, I saw Zach at work. Zach, I don't understand what happened last night.
Forget it. People like you don't get along with people like me.
Just then, Shane and his friends showed up and headed straight for Zach.
Stay away from my sister, you liar. I'm not a liar.
Yes, you are. You and your stupid loser of a father. Then, Zach lost it. He shoved Shane into a display case, and they got into the biggest fight. Customers panicked and ran out of the store. A couple of security guards showed up and pulled them apart. Shane and his friends left, and then the store owner fired Zach on the spot. Zach stopped meeting me at the library and didn't answer my calls. I went to his college, but apparently, he hadn't come to class in weeks. I was so worried. I had to do something. So I snuck into the office at work and found Zach's address.
What are you doing here?
I want answers. My family won't tell me why they hate you. You refuse to talk to me. I just don't know what to do. So, I I've decided that I'm gonna sit here and stare at you till you tell me.
You're gonna stare at me? That's your plan?
Yep. I stared at Zach for almost an hour, and he finally caved and invited me inside.
Your stepdad and my dad were best friends, and they had a business together. My dad was the brains, and your stepdad had the connections. But once they were successful, your stepdad pushed my dad out of the business.
Why didn't your dad fight it?
He tried, but your stepdad knew so many big politicians and lawyers that my dad never stood a chance. After that, he changed. He'd come home shouting and angry all the time. Then one day, he left me and my mom.
Zach showed me pictures of his father and several of his inventions, some of which were my stepdad's best-selling products. This isn't right.
You think? My mom and I took your stepdad to court. I told the judge that I worked on some of those inventions with my dad, but the judge didn't believe me. Or your stepdad paid him not to.
My blood boiled. My family's fortune was built on a lie, and they always told me that being smart wasn't special and would never get me anywhere, when the whole time, they'd taken advantage of someone else's intelligence. I went straight home and confronted my family, and they didn't deny a thing.
Zach and his dad are losers, and they stood in the way of our success.
But you stole their inventions. We did what was necessary. And why are you complaining? If it wasn't for your father's choices, you wouldn't live in this fancy house or have nice things.
Stop being ungrateful.
They just wouldn't acknowledge their selfishness, and they didn't care about the damage they'd done to Zach and his family. You're going to stop seeing that boy.
He's a stupid, nerd jerk. Yeah, a stupid nerd jerk loser. And he's a bad influence.
You're a bad influence. Well, you have a choice to make. It's either that boy or our family. I chose Zach. We secretly saw each other for the rest of the semester, even though my parents grounded me and took away my phone. Zach left me love letters in my favorite library books and left me secret messages in my mailbox that only I could decode. Zach got a new job and returned to college. He was even able to make up for the tests he'd missed. Things were looking up until the day I graduated from high school. My family saw Zach congratulating me.
We told you to stop seeing that boy.
It's my decision. Zach is a good guy. He's honest, he's smart, he's kind, and he's 10 times better than the 3 of you put together. After that, my parents kicked me out of the house, refused to give me money for college, and stopped taking my calls.
It's okay, Jess. I've got your back.
Luckily, I'd gotten into college on scholarship, and Zach and I moved in together. Money was tight, but we managed to make it work. We started working together on perfecting some of Zach and his...
Hi, I'm Chloe, and I'm from Portland. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll tell you what, if you do, I might invite you to my show when I become a famous TV presenter. So, picture your best friend. Got it? Well, now imagine them gone. Gone as quick as a badly rated Netflix series. Ever since I can remember, my best friend was Jade. Literally, we started our lives side by side because our moms were next to each other in the hospital. They became best friends, so it was written that we'd be best friends too. We were practically inseparable, the dynamic duo of mischief. You could say at times I got a little hot-headed, and Jade would always try to calm me down. One time in kindergarten, our grand cardboard castle faced a royal crisis when this boy refused to let us princesses in. You shall not pass, as I am king. Yeah? Well, you're only a king if you wear a crown, and I'm about to knock yours off. Wait! You'll get in big trouble. You're right. Much better to do a liquid siege. And Jade reluctantly helped me pour water all over the castle until it became soggy and collapsed on his head. Growing up, I wanted to be a famous TV presenter. Think Jimmy Fallon or Ellen DeGeneres, but funnier and cooler. Although Jade hated doing it, she always listened to me no matter what. You're the K-pop star of the moment. Everybody wants to know your deepest and most personal secret. Please, say it looking straight at the camera. If you can cry, that would be great too. Don't you want to interview the president instead? Does he have a new double padlocked Balenciaga bag? I think not. One time, when we came home from school, our moms were arguing loudly. They stopped when we walked in.
Oh, hi kids. Good day at school? Jade, we're going.
But
now.
And just like that, they stopped talking or going around each other's houses. Mom, come on. Whatever it is, it'll blow over, right?
She's just not the person I thought she was.
Jade and I didn't pay much attention to them. We had to deal with the usual high school stuff. There were heartbreaks. He asked Bailey to the dance. Bailey!
You can do better. I heard he doesn't bathe. Paranoia. What if I freeze and no words come out? Then I pee myself and everyone laughs at me? You're just getting a soda.
Complete meltdowns. How am I supposed to remember all this stuff? This is just torture.
You could be the first person to sue the school.
Nah, who cares? I'm gonna be rich and famous anyway. Jade was always there for me, and I figured we'd be besties forever. But as it turns out, I was wrong. One day, I raced to school because I wanted to show Jade my updated show reel, but she wasn't in. So I texted, and I could see she read it, but didn't reply. It's cool. She's probably ill. Or maybe her mom took her out of school again. Oh yeah, she does that sometimes. For yoga or something. And Jade hates it. Anyway, by the evening, still no reply. Not even a quick, hey, I'm alive text. The next day, she wasn't in school either. Or the next. And nothing was on her socials. Not that she posted stuff anyway. Did aliens abduct her? Is she going through a phone detox? Did I do something wrong? I have to find out. By the time I got to her house, I was angry and preparing what to say. See this friendship bracelet? Given that you don't care about our friendship, I'm gonna rip it off and burn it. But when I went to knock on the door, I realized it was already open. To my shock, the place was empty. I mean, furniture gone, belongings gone, even wallpaper gone. It was as if nobody had ever lived there. I ran up to Jade's room, completely empty too. Then I heard the door downstairs open and bang shut. Someone else is in the house. I sneaked a look over the banisters and saw this scary-looking man with a shaved head and a daisy tattoo on his hand. He was stuffing some paperwork in his pocket and knelt by a section of an open floorboard.
I got it, boss.
But just then, I stubbed my toe, and I couldn't help but make a noise because of the, oh yeah, excruciating pain. I heard the man start to come upstairs, and luckily, I knew that there was a way out of Jade's bedroom window via an oak tree. My heart was pounding as I climbed down, and when I looked back to the house, I saw the scary man scowling at me from Jade's window. I ran home so fast and told Mom everything. Jade and her mom have gone. What did you and her mom fall out about?
It was nothing. People change and grow apart. It's how it is.
I thought that was really weird, as they'd been as close as Jade and I could never imagine falling out with Jade like that. Soon after that, I was taking out the trash, and there I discovered a scrunched up lyre with daisies on it, just like the tattoo the scary man had. I didn't say anything to Mom because I knew she'd make me stay away from it. But hey, a good presenter is always ready for action. The website on the flyer was a place called Harmony Farm. It looked like one of Jade's mom's yoga trips, but weirdly, there was no phone number or address. A place called Harmony Farm can't be that bad, can it? I figured Jade was okay and would be back in contact soon. After all, we are best friends. But weeks went by and still no contact. I was angry, but when this bully tried to trip me in the canteen, I didn't unleash my inner Hulk with the help of an image of Jade scolding me. No, you'll get in trouble. Then, Mr. Triple-Lot turned lunch into a chaotic circus with flying milkshakes and frosted donuts in all directions. Enough is enough. Hey, knock it off. People just want to have lunch.
What's it got to do with you, weirdo? You're such a weirdo. Always talking alone and interviewing a mirror. No wonder your friend bailed on you.
Oh, that was it. I grabbed his tray and sent it on a gravity-defying journey to the other side of the canteen. Cue the applause. Yep, I was a hero. But of course, heroics come with consequences, and boy did I get in trouble. First detention, and then Mom. I'm so disappointed. This must stop. Jade's moved on, and so should you. Mom is right. She ghosted me. If Jade wanted to break our friendship, so did I. I took down every picture of us and burned our friendship bracelet in the backyard in some sort of ritual of detachment. And the perfect distraction came with my big TV break. They were holding auditions in the next town for a new cool teen channel. I am a teen, and I am cool. This is perfect for me. The next day, I went there. It was this tatty warehouse, and the line went on for miles. But hey, no pain, no gain, right? So I stood in line. Thank the heavens I could watch loads of MSA videos, and I had my trusty MSA water bottle. But as I got further up the line, the most shocking thing happened. I saw these two girls about my age and wearing these hideous yellow dresses, talking to some people in line and handing them something. Please, take a daisy. A daisy? Suddenly, a security guard ran over to them.
You two again? What did I tell you? Get out of here.
The girls ran away. I had to follow them. They might lead me to Jade. So I went after them and got onto the same bus. They got off at this remote stop, and I followed. They went through a garden gate, and so did I. Exactly 5 minutes after them, I started filming just in case they went all all midsummer on me. Here we are at Harmony Farm, but I don't see any animals suspicious. And that's when I saw Jade watering tomatoes in the same ugly dress. I thought to myself, Chloe, be calm, collected, listen to her side of the story. But instead, I went bat-tail crazy. You ghosted me! And what is with the outfit? Put on a statement necklace at least. Chloe, you don't belong here. Just go. Oh, hi. Nice to see you too. No need to apologize or anything. What happened to all the BFFs forever stuff? You didn't even give me a, it's not you, it's me speech. That's because it's you. You're so materialistic all the time. I want a simpler life, to be with nature and people like me. I don't want to be best friends anymore. And she just walked away. Fine, she's gonna regret this. The next time she sees me, I will be on TV, and she will still be watering tomatoes. I had to wait an age for the bus, but when I got to the auditions, I looked at everyone there posing like they were famous already. Do I look like that? I can't look that sad. Is Jade right about me? I didn't go to the audition, and when I got home, I looked at my vision board. All designer shoes and red carpets with Jade and me in the middle. Maybe she's right. I realized that we always did what I wanted and never what Jade wanted. Well, there was the time I went with her to help out at a soup kitchen. See, I'm not all about the material stuff. Well, I suppose I did promise to go back and never did. Hey, how was the audition? Jade's in a cult. Why didn't you tell me? Don't try to deny it. I found the flyer in the trash. Calm down. Jade's mom tried to convince me to go, but she got furious when I refused. That's it. That's it? No, that's not it. We need to get an army together and get Jade out of there. Let Jade be. She's where she wants to be. I tried to listen to my mom, but that night I couldn't sleep. I needed to apologize to Jade. When dawn broke, I went back to the farm. I knew she never wanted to see me again, and I would respect that, but I had to get this off my chest first. Luckily, when I snuck in, this big meeting was in progress, and someone was on stage. Jade was bound to be in there, and suddenly I realized Jade's mom was on stage, giving a speech. I couldn't see Jade, so I snuck out the back, and weirdly, I found a door with Jade's mom's name on it. It was this really shabby office with hardly anything in it. No compromising paperwork was in the drawers or behind the books on a shelf. Then suddenly, when I moved a book, something clicked. A secret door! Inside was another office, but this was huge and grand with mod cons. I'm talking Apple products on tap, a walk-in wardrobe complete with designer shoes and bags. Not a very simple life, if you ask me. There were also boxes of people's passports, money, and bank statements for Jade's mom. Wow, this is a lot of money.
What are you doing?
I turned, and the scary man was staring at me. I want to join the cult.
I know you. You were at the boss's house.
Boss? Jade's mom was the boss? Before I could process that, the scary man started chasing me around the desk. I ran out and ended up on stage. Jade's mom looked at me, shocked. Then she smiled calmly.
I gave up on trying to make your mom see sense, but I always had hope for you.
That's a no from me to the weirdy-beardy cult. Sorry. The audience gasped.
You were always so angry, Chloe. You still don't understand that materialism is the only distraction from true bliss.
Oh, is that so? What about your secret office? It's like the Kardashian-Jenner clan threw up in there. And don't get me started on the passports and the small fortune I found. Well, it's small only by Bill Gates standards. Everyone looked confused at Jade's mom, and she looked panicked. Suddenly, Jade came on stage. She had a face that looked like she wanted to do a TED Talk on the benefits of rage. I had never seen her so angry. There is no secret office. Chloe is lying to get back at me. No, Jade, I promise. I'd never lie to you. We're besties. No, we are not. Why can't you just leave me alone? You know what? Fine, I'll just go. At least I fought for our friendship. I was more than ready to leave that place and never come back. But it wasn't that simple. Jade's mom caught up with me and closed my path. Behind her were loads of Daisy-loving worshippers and the scary man who looked like he was about to whip out some nunchucks.
You think you can just accuse me of something like that and just walk away?
I was thinking that. Yeah.
Well, this isn't your mother's house where you can do whatever you want, you brat.
Ouch.
Here, trespassers and criminals are prosecuted and punished.
I was genuinely frightened. If they could endure wearing those horrendous dresses, Who knew what else they were capable of? The followers began to advance on me. I was completely surrounded. They each grabbed some tomatoes. Oh no! At that moment, Jade arrived on the scene. Mom, wait!
Oh, Jade, I know you want to be a part of this.
Of course I do. Jade grabbed a tomato. But first, everyone, you should know that your donations have been going to my mom. Chloe, my bestie, was right. Jade showed everyone the bags, the shoes, the passports, bank statements, and money that her mother had hidden. Everything turned to chaos then. Jade's mom and the scary man tried to bolt, but they got catched. Or should I say, catch up. Everyone threw their tomatoes at them. It was brutal. Blood flowed on the farm. Well, maybe it was just tomato sauce. But okay, too many tomato jokes. Got it. I'll stop now. I walked towards Jade. Jade, listen, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to cause all this chaos. No, I'm sorry. Mom convinced me that leaving everything behind was for the best, that our old life was too materialistic. It's all because of you, Chloe. If you hadn't shown up and questioned everything, I wouldn't know the truth. I missed you. I couldn't give up on our friendship either. Then Jade held up her friendship bracelet. BFF, where's yours? Oh, it's in the laundry. I think after Mom gets arrested, I'm gonna come live with you for a while. And you, my friend, need to take an anger management course. Yeah, and to stop obsessing over celebrities and materialistic things. Hello, I'm Lily from Estonia. I grew up in an orphanage with my brother Joe. He's 2 years older than me, and we're total opposites. But before I continue, please like and subscribe, and you might get a kiss from your true love. My big brother Joe had shiny blonde hair and blue eyes, and he always got all the attention.
Look at this gorgeous kid. He's so beautiful.
But I was the opposite. I had dark hair and dark brown eyes, and my skin wasn't as fair, and no one ever said I was pretty. They hardly noticed me at all. Joe was tall and outgoing, and everybody liked him. I was short for my age, and the mean girls loved to tease me.
Aw, poor Lily. She's just so ugly. How does it feel to be a loser with a perfect brother?
But Joe always had my back. Maybe you should learn to respect others.
Oh, for you, Joe? I'll learn anything. I'll learn how to respect others, and how to cook and clean. I'll even learn how to give birth.
You don't learn how to give birth. You just give birth.
I agree. You're right. You're so smart. See, Joe? I learned my lesson. I respected her. Now love me, Joe, please.
In school, things weren't much better. Joe was super smart and almost a genius.
Joe, that's amazing. A perfect score.
I could barely pass my exams, and I had a hard time paying attention in class. Sometimes I talked to the other kids when I wasn't supposed to, and I got out of my seat and I ran around the room, but I couldn't help it.
Lily, sit down.
Most of the teachers didn't like me at all. One time I was in grumpy old Miss Koppel's class, and I really had to go to the bathroom. The break just ended 2 minutes ago. You couldn't go then? Oh wait, you were busy playing. The only thing you do in school. No bathroom for you. But it's an emergency. Miss Koppel didn't budge. I tried to hold it, but a minute later, I peed my pants. Ew! Joe caught me crying in the hallway. What's wrong? Miss Koppel wouldn't let me go to the bathroom. Joe's face turned bright red, and he stormed into Miss Koppel's class. You stinky witch. Maybe a bitter old lady like you shouldn't be teaching. You should be at home fighting with your husband who's lost his hearing because of your constant screaming and will go blind soon looking at your hideous face. Miss Koppel sent Joe to the principal's office, and he got detention for 2 weeks. I felt so bad. I'm sorry I'm weird and stupid and always causing trouble. Don't say that about yourself, Lily. None of that is true. Yes, it is. You're just pretending it's not. Don't worry about me and my problems. I'll handle them on my own. You don't have to be my big brother anymore. No way. I'll always be your big brother, and I'll always have your back, no matter what. And one day, I hope you'll see how special and smart and beautiful you are. Joe hugged me, and I cried like a big baby. Then one day, the most amazing thing happened. We were adopted by a really nice couple. They had a big house. Joe and I got our own rooms and new clothes. They even enrolled us in a fancy school. I was nervous at first because School was still hard, and I always got distracted. I was scared that my new teachers would hate me too. But then my new parents took me to the doctor. Lily has ADHD, which means she's a bit hyperactive and has trouble paying attention. But she's a smart girl. Her IQ is well above average. I went to therapy for a while to help me learn to stay focused. It was difficult at first, but Joe and my parents were really supportive, and eventually I got better. I started getting A's on my tests, and I even won Student of the Month for best behavior. When Joe and I reached high school, our lives totally changed. One day, Joe and I were hanging out at the mall when a strange woman ran up to us. Your face is a work of art. Have you ever thought of being a model? Not really. Stick with me, darling. I'm gonna make you a star. The woman was a modeling agent. Joe signed a contract with her, and soon, every other weekend, he was doing photo shoots all over the city. My life was much better too. My grades were at the top of my class, I had a bunch of new friends, and when I looked in the mirror for the first time, I liked what I saw, especially since my mom always told me how pretty I was and that I should love myself just as I am. I had a newfound confidence, and everyone noticed. Even though Joe and I weren't together all the time, we were still close. We had our own lives, and that was okay. We were always there for each other. Then one day, our dad got a new job and we moved across town. Another family, twice as rich as my parents, lived next door, and they had a daughter my age. The moment Joe saw her, he started acting strange. He was really dying to meet her. Oh, love at first sight? Something only beautiful people do. Why don't you just go over there and say hello? Just say hello? It's not that easy. It has to be just right. She's my destiny. She's my true love. We're meant to be. We started thinking of ways to make them meet. What made it harder was that she was homeschooled. We saw a lot of sophisticated teachers coming and leaving the house. Joe took one of my shirts and went to her house, pretending he found it in the yard and it belonged to the girl. But a maid opened the door and took it, then slammed the door in Joe's face. One time, I saw the mystery girl leaving her house, and I started calling out random names. Emily, Sarah, Anna, Amber. But she still didn't look up. A couple of weeks passed, and I thought Joe would have moved on, but he was still determined to meet this girl. He hatched a new plan every day, but none of them worked. I needed a break, so I snuck off to the park to sketch. As I was sketching an oak tree, I heard someone walk up behind me. I turned to see a cute boy smiling at me. Those are pretty good. Your shading and detail are amazing. I froze. I'd never shown anyone my drawings before. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. The boy's name was Ryan. He was a couple of years older than me, and he was a talented artist. We talked for hours. Every time he looked into my eyes, my heart skipped a beat. Geez, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was so late. I have to go. Maybe we could meet up tomorrow and, talk about art? Sorry, I can't. I was such a dork. What was I thinking? Asking a cute boy like Ryan out. He must already have a girlfriend. I wanted to crawl into a hole. It's okay. Sorry I asked. No, it's not like that. I'd love to see you again, but I'm leaving for New York tomorrow for art school. My heart sank. This doesn't have to be goodbye. Ryan pulled out one of his sketches from his notebook. He wrote his phone number on the back and gave it to me. I want you to have it. I can't take this. You can give it back when I see you again. On my walk home, every time I thought about Ryan, I couldn't help but smile. I turned the corner onto my street, and then I saw something insane. The mystery girl was scaling the side of her house like a cat burglar. I hid behind a tree and texted Joe, but then the girl came charging at me like a maniac. She tried to grab my phone. Give it to me. Let go, you crazy girl. My phone slipped out of my hand, fell to the ground, and broke. I was so mad. I turned to yell at her, but then she started bawling like a big baby. I'm sorry about your phone. I just didn't know what to do. Her name was Sophia, and her parents made her break up with her boyfriend because he was poor. They won't let me see him or talk to him. My heart's been ripped to pieces. It hurts so bad. Please, make it stop. Don't cry. Things will be okay. How? Thankfully, Joe walked up just then. Sophia took one look at him and got all googly-eyed. Then she got confused. I can't do this. Sophia pushed Joe and ran away crying. The next day, Sophia showed up at her door. What I did to you wasn't cool. I was having a hard time.
If you don't mind me asking, what's wrong?
Well, I'm broken. Excuse me. If I could just squeeze past you. Each time life smiles at me, bad things happen shortly after. I fell in love with our gardener's son. It was a secret because I knew my parents would never approve. I don't know how, but they found out and things got really bad.
I'm so sorry.
If you could just step to the side a bit, I could get out of your way, and they fired him and his father and forced me to break up with him. Then they took my phone and homeschooled me for a while. My dad is an important politician, and he can't risk his reputation. And now, every morning, I wake up in a puddle of tears.
That's so sad.
Yes, very sad. I've got an idea. Why don't you two be friends? It might make you both feel better. Over the next few months, Joe and Sophia started getting closer, and so did our parents. Joe started dressing in expensive clothes, buying Sophia fancy gifts, and he'd brag to Sophia and her parents about how much money he made modeling. Once, Sophia's parents invited us for dinner.
Oh, neighbors, you have such a strong, confident, independent young man. I bet girls are fighting over him all the time. Yes, but I have eyes only for one girl.
As Joe looked at Sophia and she blushed, everyone noticed the two and smiled.
Oh, this is wonderful. We've been so worried about Sophia. I'm so happy she's found someone like you. We had to protect her, you know. She was tricked and manipulated by a dirty, poor boy that stole her heart. Ugh, poor people. You can't trust any of them. They're all liars and cheats.
That's not true.
Oh, you sweet, naive girl. You'll learn soon enough.
Then Sophia's parents laughed at me, like what I said was some big joke. I'm not naive. You're just wrong. Joe and I used to be poor. We're not liars and cheats. We're not dirty, and we're not bad people.
Joe's an exception, of course. Who knew an adopted orphan could be so perfect? You guys hit the jackpot with your son. Your daughter, well, she's no Sophia.
You're right about that, honey. Joe lowered his head. My parents looked away, and I was about to explode. What's that supposed to mean? Thank you for the meal. We must get going. When we got home, my parents sat me and Joe down for a talk.
Joe, we don't want you seeing Sophia anymore.
No, that's not happening. I love her. You can't tell me what to do. Stop yelling at Dad.
Son, what her parents said about your sister is unacceptable. They were just joking. They're really nice once you get to know them.
Are you blind? Sophia's parents are jerks, and ever since you've been hanging out with them, you've changed.
If I have to impress Sophia's parents to get their blessing, then I'll do it. True love is worth it. But you wouldn't know anything about love. You've never had a boyfriend and you look like you sleep in a trash can. Don't talk to your sister like that. That's enough. No more Sophia, and that's final.
Then Joe got mad and shoved Dad. Dad fell and hit his head hard on the table. Dad! I rushed to Dad's side. He was really hurt. Mom called the ambulance. Then I looked up and saw Joe.
I'm sorry.
Joe ran out of the house. Dad had a minor concussion, and we spent the night in the emergency room. By the time we got back home, all of Joe's things were gone. We heard from the neighbors that he and Sophia moved into her parents' villa in Paris. Dad was weak after the injury, so I helped him out at the office. Staying on top of my schoolwork and helping Dad was tough, but I enjoyed spending more time with him. My parents and I tried calling Joe, but he never answered, which made me really sad. My new friend Ryan always found ways to cheer me up. He sent me funny sketches and MSA videos. One summer, he came back to town and we sat under the oak tree. We saw a boy and a girl playing on the swings, and I started to cry.
What's wrong?
I miss my brother. He was my best friend and always had my back. I'm scared I'll never see him again.
He's your brother, and he could never stop loving you. I'm sure he'll come back to you one day.
Then Ryan handed me a sketchbook and I drew a picture of me and Joe. Ryan encouraged me to study art, and eventually I started selling my drawings. 5 years later, we got married in a small ceremony in our backyard, and soon after, we had a baby. But there were complications. I felt this horrible pain and the machine started to beep. As the doctors raced to save me, I cried out, "Joe, my brother, Joe, come to me." Then I fainted. I woke up from a coma 2 days later, and when I opened my eyes, I saw Joe and Sophia sitting beside me with tears in their eyes. Joe?
Yes, Lily.
Is that you?
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry, Lily. I'm so sorry for everything.
I looked up at my parents. They smiled and nodded. I knew from the look in their eyes that they'd forgiven Joe and wanted me to do the same. You broke our promise. You said you'd always have my back, but you chose Sophia and her parents over us. My parents are just mean and have been controlling my life since forever. We had enough and we couldn't take it anymore, so we left. And they cut us off.
But it's been so hard. I couldn't find work. We barely had enough money for food and rent, but I was ashamed to come back and ask for help.
We felt like we broke your family. We didn't want to make things worse.
Then we heard you were in a coma, so we came immediately. I couldn't let you down again. Lily, I'm not asking you to forgive me. I'm asking you to let me earn the privilege to be your big brother again.
You'll always be my big brother. I just wanted to see you. I would have helped you no matter what. Then Joe hugged me, and I hugged him back. Hi, my name is Diana. I was born into a miserable, poor family as the eldest of 4 girls. And for some unknown reason, my whole family has always hated me. Even as a kid, I knew Dad was kind of a loser. He just sat around in his pajamas all day, barking orders at me. We had an ancient TV set without a remote, and every evening it was my job to stand next to it and keep changing the channels. Even though he was useless, Mom seemed to adore him. In fact, the only person she didn't like was me. When I was 7, Mom and Dad decided to have a proper Christmas for once, and I was really excited. But when I opened my present, I saw my little sister's dirty sweater inside.
Ew, Mom, I think you meant to throw this in the garbage.
And why would I throw away a perfectly good sweater? Was I supposed to wash it for your highness? Go do it so you can wear it for the family picture.
Mom, it won't even fit me.
Not with that attitude. It was so tight on me, I could hardly breathe. All my sisters got brand new sweaters, and I was the only one who looked like an idiot in the family photo. Even worse, when Mom framed it and hung it up on the wall, I saw that I'd been cropped out of the picture. Years passed, and they continued to treat me poorly. I slept in a bed I'd outgrown years ago, and my cupboard was a cardboard box. Whenever Mom ordered pizza, she always gave me the smallest slice. Sometimes I started thinking I wasn't even her daughter. On my 13th birthday, I decided to throw myself a party. But of course, at my friend's place. I had some savings to buy snacks and a cake, and as I was sneaking out, I bumped straight into my 12-year-old sister, Selena. She grinned and said she wouldn't tell Mom if I let her join me. And I didn't really have a choice. We were actually having a good time until one of my friends mentioned my boyfriend, Zach. Oh no, Mom would kill me if she found out. She always said that having a boyfriend is a red line. I tried to signal my friend to shut up, but she just didn't get it.
Wait, you have a boyfriend, Diana? Oh, she doesn't know? Well, your sister is really popular with all the boys, but Zach was the lucky one who finally won her heart. Oh, that's cool. Please excuse me. I have to make a quick phone call.
And with that, she shut herself up in the bathroom. This was not going to end well for me. And sure enough, when we got home, Mom was waiting for us, looking like a fire-breathing dragon. Are you freaking kidding me, Diana? He isn't even rich. What are you talking about, Mom? Your boyfriend, Zach. I just looked him up online and he's dirt poor. Dating a loser is the dumbest thing a girl can do. How about marrying one, Mom? Dad is a loser too. Don't try to be cheeky. Dump this idiot and find yourself a rich boy. Do you understand me? Sure, Mom. You're more important to me than any boy. I'll dump him tomorrow. Mom was insane. She had always been against having a boyfriend, and now she only wanted me to date rich boys. But of course, I did nothing of the sort, and I kept dating Zach secretly. I even managed to hide it from my sisters at school, and Mom had no idea. Well, at least until the 9th grade. I knew Mom would be coming to school to meet Selena's teacher one day, so I had to warn Zach to be careful. But before I could, I walked into the cafeteria to find he'd arranged a surprise party for me. He jumped onto one of the tables and announced, "Hey everyone, today is my lovely girlfriend's birthday, and I have something very special for her because I love her so much." Then he came to me and gave me a freaking diamond necklace. Zach, how did you even pay for that? Babe, listen. But just then, someone pushed me aside and snatched the necklace from him. It was Mom. Oh my God, this is a real diamond necklace. Where'd you get that from, boy? It's okay. You don't have to answer that. Diana, my daughter, marry him. And then she put her arms around Zach's shoulders and mine and took us home. And just like that, Mom was happy with Zach and loved him so very much. She invited him over every day and fed him like crazy. Dad seemed to like him too, and the two played video games for hours. It seemed like Zach was really enjoying himself too, because he never left the house. Sometimes he'd even sleep over on the couch at night. But soon enough, it seemed like Zach was becoming one of them. All he did was sit on the couch and bark orders like Dad, while he and Mom made jokes about me all day. I was getting really sick of everything, until one day someone knocked on the front door, and I opened it to find 2 police officers standing there. "Is Zach here, miss?" Yeah? What do you want from him?
We need to take him with us. We think he stole something.
I turned around to look for Zach, but he was already running like a scared mouse. The officers managed to catch him, and it turned out he'd stolen that diamond necklace. So obviously I gave it to the police. I was secretly so happy to be rid of Zach, but Mom went ballistic. Wasn't it enough that you were dating a poor boy, but he's also a thief? Just when I think you couldn't be more pathetic. You surprise me, Diana. Well, Mom, I wasn't born to impress you, and if you're so amazing, how come you didn't land a rich guy and married our dumb dad instead? Just leave me alone. I didn't talk to anyone for weeks. I was so tired of my family. One morning as I was leaving for school, the doorbell rang and I found a sophisticated woman standing outside who smiled and asked if she could come in.
You must be Diana, right?
Yeah, who are you?
I'm your aunt, your dad's sister.
I looked at her and then Dad on the couch. Seriously? You're that guy's sister?
Sweetheart, didn't your mom ever tell you? That's not your real dad.
Wait, what? Just then Mom came running in and she turned pale when she saw the woman. You, what are you doing here?
I'm here to take Diana to see her father.
Everybody, just hold on for a freaking second. I have a different dad? Well, duh. Can't you see how different you look? It's not really a secret. Everyone in this house knows. My head was spinning. I couldn't believe this. So, what does he want with her now, huh? He just abandoned me when I got pregnant with her.
He really wants to meet her, just once. Diana, would that be okay?
I was too shocked to refuse. Mom tried to stop me, but I pulled my arm away and followed the woman into the limousine waiting for us. When I got to Dad's house, I had to pinch my cheeks. It was a huge mansion, bigger than my entire school. My dad was a millionaire? A butler and maids were standing at the entrance, and suddenly they looked like they were about to fall, so I ran forward to help them. But my aunt stopped me.
Oh, no, sweetie. They're bowing. They're showing their respect.
Oh, that was a bow? Someone was showing me respect? That was new. She took me to the last floor and opened a gold door. Then she turned around and left. I stepped in to find a man sitting up in bed.
Diana, is that you? Please, come in. I've been waiting for you.
The man looked really tired, and he smiled warmly at me and asked me to sit down next to him.
I'm very sorry that I never reached out to you before, Diana. I'm sure you can't forgive me right away, but I need you to listen to me. I don't think I have much time to live, and you're my only child. I want you to move in and live with me and your aunt.
I don't even know what to say. Thank you for finally remembering me.
Diana, I understand you're mad. Please, accept my offer and let me make it up to you.
Thinking about my life with my family, this wasn't really a hard decision. I said yes. And just like that, my life turned upside down. I moved in, got enrolled in an amazing school, and had every luxury at my feet. Also, it turned out that the doctors were wrong and my dad got better after a year. I got to know him better and he soon became my favorite person. Years passed and I graduated from high school. One day, I was in the kitchen when I heard a voice from behind me. It was Mom. When she saw me, she went down on her knees and started crying like a little baby. Diana, my daughter, please have mercy on your mommy. Mom, please get up. And what's wrong? I need a kidney. You know how hard it is to get a donor these days, and I can't wait for years. I'm really sick, and I might die soon, my darling. Mom, I'm really sorry to hear that, but I can't donate my kidney. Maybe Selena can? No, that's not what I'm here for. I have a donor. It's Zach. He's ready to do it under one condition, that you marry him. He's still so in love with you. Mom, are you crazy? I'm supposed to marry him for a kidney? Not forever. Just say yes. And after the surgery, you can leave. Come on, babe. You're the best person I know. Mom started crying again, and my heart went out to her. I didn't want her to die because of me, so I agreed to marry Zach and said I'd divorce him right after the surgery. Dad didn't support my decision and kept trying to talk me out of it, but I said, if I don't help her, I'll blame myself forever. She is my mom after all. But on my wedding day, I was a mess. As I was sitting in my wedding dress and bawling my eyes out, Mom barged in. Why are you crying? Who cries on their wedding day?
Mom, just get lost.
Is this how you talk to your mom? Rude girl.
She was about to spit at my face when I pushed her away and ran out of the room. It all felt like a big, stupid mistake. I didn't love Zach, and I didn't want to marry him. Just then, I spotted Mom and Selena from a distance, and it looked like they were fighting. What was going on with those two? Seconds later, my phone beeped, and I got a message from Selena. Diana, Mom's lying. Zach is a professional thief now, and he's really wealthy. He said if Mom made you marry him, he would give her a fortune. She faked everything. I was involved in this too. But seeing your sad face right now is killing me. Don't marry Zach. Our mom is a psycho. I couldn't believe it. My mom wanted to literally sell me? How awful could she possibly be? I left my wedding and ran away to Dad. My mom is evil and she hates me. I've had enough. I'm not letting her get away with this. Will you help me?
I'm surprised you even have to ask, my darling.
And he hugged me tight.
You could say that I was born with a brush and an eyeshadow palette in my hand. I was always obsessed with makeup, and I even sneaked into my mom and dad's room at night to practice on them. A little pink eyeshadow, some red lipstick, and glitter. Perfect. Hi guys, I'm Regina from Seattle, Washington. Before I continue, please hit like and subscribe. I had a happy family. My dad was in the army and was as big as a bear and as strong as a lion. When I was little, I used to daydream about all the exciting missions he went on.
Daddy is defeating tigers today. He's building a hospital for children in Africa.
Despite how proud I was of my dad, I couldn't help but miss him. Luckily, my mom was amazing too. She worked at a cosmetic store, so she was like my personal shopping assistant and taught me everything about fashion and makeup. But everything changed when I turned 7. Mom fell madly in love with an accountant, and Dad let her go.
Will Mom ever come back? I don't like to see her only through video calls.
My baby girl, I know you're sad. But see, your mom is happy and will be happy too. I'll get a desk job and I'll take care of you from now on.
But even though Dad was so sweet, he was an army man and he didn't know any better. So he would wake me up at 5 every morning with a trumpet to go for a run. He could only cook beans and sausage. And when it came to my hair,
the brush is stuck. Ouch! Let's watch a tutorial, okay?
Before I end up completely bald. After a good dose of online tutorials and MSA videos later, Dad finally evolved into a normal parent.
Here's your packed lunch and your PE bag. Ready for school?
Thank you, Daddy. You're the best.
Except when it came to boys. When I was in middle school, one of my classmates gave me a chocolate heart for Valentine's Day, and I showed it to him.
Dad, look! A boy asked me out.
My dad snatched the chocolate and ate it in one enormous bite.
No boyfriend until you turn 21. You'll have time once you're grown up, but right now, you need to focus on your studies.
Okay, Dad. And the day after, the boy who had given me the gift transferred to another school. What if Dad scared him off? I felt furious about Dad and told Mom everything when she video called me. But suddenly, she hung up, and I realized it was because of her new husband, who didn't really like her talking to me. And gradually, she ended up only calling on birthdays and Christmas. I learned to live with it and got busy watching makeup tutorials and trying makeovers. But then, in my junior year, I met Simon, and he was so perfect. It was no wonder I forgot everything else, even my passion. I'm sure Dad'll change his mind when he sees him. Hey, Dad, I'm bringing a friend for lunch today, okay?
Sure, bring her over.
It's a boy. I expected Dad to explode, but he said nothing. Ooh, did he change his mind? But I was wrong. So wrong. When we got back from school, Dad opened the door without a smile and stared at Simon before turning back towards the kitchen. Your dad's kinda scary. Him? No, he's sweet, fluffy. I dragged Simon into the kitchen. See? He made fried chicken. He likes you. Sit down, sit down. But after he'd filled our plates, Dad grabbed a piece of chicken tight and, looking Simon in the eyes, he snapped it in half. Simon literally squeaked and shot to his feet.
I suddenly remembered I have to water my fish. I mean, iron my plant. Bye.
After that, Simon dumped me, and everyone started whispering that my dad was a crazy, dangerous dude. I thought all the guys would stay away from me now, but I was stunned when they all asked me out to prove they were daring and not scared. Ha! See, Dad? Your strategy backfired. It felt like being on The Bachelorette, with everyone trying to win my heart. Too short, too tall. Lame joke. Smells bad. Ew. Yeah, you'll do. But like a dragon guarding a princess, my dad made them all run away. That was until the next year when James transferred to our school. As soon as he walked in, I knew he was the one. Tall, with abs like a washboard, and hair that looked straight out of a conditioner commercial. He was the captain of all the school teams, top of the class, and richer than Elon Musk. Well, a little poorer than Elon Musk. Oh boy, is it even legal to be this hot? I was pretty, but for someone in James's league, I had to up my game. The next day, I woke up at 3 a.m., and after literally hours of careful styling, I was ready. That day at lunch break, I gathered my courage and went straight to sit beside James. Hi, I'm Regina.
And I'm amazed. Haven't I seen you on TikTok? You look like a celebrity.
Then he kissed my hands like a gentleman. Play it cool. Breathe. Breathe. James asked me out a few weeks later, so I brought him home. There's no point in dating him if he can't get past Dad. Just so you know, my dad can be a bit hyperprotective.
Don't worry, he can't resist me.
Dad pulled the same tough guy routine, but James was unflappable. When Dad told James to carry super heavy stuff, James did it whistling. Then they got into an eye-staring contest, and James didn't back down. Okay, I'm going to bed. Have fun, you two. Eventually, Dad ran out of ideas. Now that he's survived my dad's trials, we can start dating for real. We had so much fun, but then James started to get a little bit too enthusiastic. Every time we were alone, he tried to kiss me, and I wasn't ready. But I didn't know how to tell him, so every time he got closer, I dodged. During the movie, I spilled soda on myself. Oh, I'm so clumsy. In the library, I sneezed. Oh, allergies. Walking home, oh look, a penny. Ouch. Oh no, are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. What is wrong with you?
He'll understand. Tell him. Can we take things a bit slower?
What?
I like you, but maybe we should get to know each other better.
You know what? I only dated you because everyone said your dad was too scary, but he's not all that.
You're breaking up with me?
It's more like we never even dated since you don't want to kiss me. What a loser.
As James left, I felt my heart break in two. That night, I was too ashamed to tell my dad what had happened with James, and I didn't want him to tell me I told you so. But at dinner, I couldn't hold it in anymore, and I started crying into my soup. Dad got up and hugged me until I stopped. You were right, Dad. I'm sorry I didn't listen.
Baby girl, I don't care about being right. I just don't want to see you hurt. Remember, you don't need anyone. You're a smart girl, and I know you can succeed. But don't forget yourself. Didn't you love makeup? You haven't given me a makeover in years.
Oh, Dad, you're the best. And then I vowed to myself, no more boys. From that day on, I only focused on my life and school. I made friends with a few awesome girls, and I started to go back to my passion, which was makeup and fashion. Once, when our teacher invited the whole class to her wedding, my friend couldn't believe I didn't hire a professional stylist. Your makeup is flawless. Maybe you could give me a little touch-up? Of course. Let me ask my dad to bring my beauty case. When my other classmates saw my friend's new look, they all wanted a makeover too, including my teacher. After that moment, word went around that I would give the best makeovers, and I became the school's unofficial fashion guru. Girls and boys lined up after class to talk to me. Have you tried an autumn palette? Ironic bow ties are for clowns only. You cut these bangs by yourself, didn't you? I liked how makeup positively affected my friend's self-esteem, and I spent all my pocket money on it. I wielded my brush like a Japanese samurai sword. But then one day, a girl came to me with a problem I couldn't solve. I want to go blonde, but the bleach ruins my hair. Is there an alternative? After Googling for a day, I realized that the only way to go blonde was to damage the hair. But what if I can find an alternative solution? Imagine how many people I could help. And so, I went down the rabbit hole of research, and when I thought I had found a solution, I got permission from my teacher to use the chemistry lab, even though chemistry was the only class I had failed. Okay, hair sample, check. Dye sample, check. Now, if I put this here, and then a drip of that there, OMG, it's on fire! My hair sample is on fire! A boy in the lab came to help me. Oh, thank you. You saved me. I'm
Regina, the girl who has a scary dad. I'm Tyrell, and I'd love to know why you were setting fire to my lab.
Your lab?
Let's say I'm the resident chemistry nerd.
I looked at him. Pimples, thick glasses, bad haircut, and oh my god, are those khaki pants? Gosh, this guy really needs a makeover. But I wasn't in the business of giving unrequested advice, so I told Terrell about my research instead. He gave me suggestions, and I realized that my love for all things beautiful was totally rooted in chemistry. Who knew science could be so glamorous? But no matter how much I wanted to learn, I kept messing up with chemicals. How did you do that? Instead of getting mad, he helped me fix it. In exchange for all his help, I offered to tutor him in English. Spanish was his first language, so he needed it. And I invited him to my house to do homework. Don't worry, Dad, he's just a friend.
He's still a boy. Door open at all times.
Yeah. Like I could fall for a guy like Terrell. He's not my type. I needed to test all my beauty products, and since Terrell was always around, I convinced him to be my guinea pig. One facial cleanser and haircut at a time, Tyrell turned into a hottie. You can't help yourself from turning frogs into princes, eh? But he's so cute now. No, don't think like that. You said no more boys. The more I tried to stop developing a crush on Tyrell, the more I realized how cool he was, until he walked into the lab with a gorgeous girl at his side. Oh no, he has a girlfriend? Why does this feel so horrible? Hi?
Hey Regina, this is my older sister, and she's an angel investor for women's startups. I told her about your ideas, and she'd like to invest in them.
I was so relieved to hear that she wasn't his girlfriend that it took me a moment to register the rest of the sentence. An investor?
You deserve a lot of success.
But you helped me out a lot.
It's hard to say no to a beautiful and smart girl like you.
Tyrell blushed to the tip of his ears, and I couldn't resist. So I kissed him, and he kissed me back.
I thought I was just a friend.
You can be my friend and my boyfriend.
Really? But your dad.
I'll talk to him. Tyrell was nothing like the boys I had been with before, and I hoped that he could see it too. But when I explained, he refused.
If he really likes you that much, he can wait a few years.
No, that's not fair.
It doesn't have to be fair. Now, didn't I promise to take you to the mall?
If you think you'll mollify me with some shopping, you're mistaken. Dad really seemed determined to make me forget, and he said yes to everything I wanted. But I had other plans. I texted Tyrell to meet us in the garage where we had parked. If I can't convince him by myself, maybe Tyrell will. But when we were in the elevator to get to the car, it suddenly stopped, and the lights went off. I switched on the torch on my phone and pressed all the buttons, but nothing changed. It looks like we'll be stuck here for a bit. Dad didn't reply. He was staring at the floor. Dad, he doesn't look so good.
I'm sorry, baby girl. Dark, small spaces bring back bad memories. My chest. I feel like I can't breathe.
I looked at my dad, stunned. I always thought he was invincible, but the truth was, he was just human. I pressed the emergency button, but nothing happened. Dad started breathing very fast. He's having a panic attack, and there's no signal in here. Sit down, put your head between your knees, and think about nice things.
I miss your mom most of the time.
I sat beside my dad and wrapped my arms around him. I miss her too, but we are happy together, and you've been an amazing dad. I'm so proud of you.
And I am of you too.
I kept talking to my dad until he was a little bit calmer, and then the doors to the elevator opened. It was Tyrell and the firemen, and they were getting us out. My hero!
I'm glad you're okay. I got worried when you weren't answering the phone. I realized the elevator was stuck, and I called the emergency service. That was very clever of you. I think your daughter is amazing. I came here to convince you to let me date her, but I know how much she cares about you. And if it's really important, I'll wait for her for a few years. But just maybe, please don't let me wait forever.
Dad looked at me, and I could see something changing in his eyes.
You've shown me that strength is not always in the muscles. Some old memories brought me to my knees, but you kept your cool and helped me through it. So yeah, I think you're strong enough to take care of yourself. And I like this guy.
Oh, thank you, Dad.
But if you hurt her, I'll crush you. Like a can. That is very clear, sir.
Luckily for me, Dad didn't have to crush anyone because Tyrell was the perfect boyfriend who grew up into a perfect man. With his help, I developed a makeup line that became a global sensation, and Tyrell became my head of research. Knowing I was in good hands, Dad retired early and started traveling the world, challenging himself to explore the darkest caves. And in one of those caves, he met a spry, adventurous widow, whom he married the next year. See, Dad, true love always finds a way.